recall a non-UFC fighter getting this much attention as far as requests to be on this show. We finally obliged in our sort of international feel this week. We go to Ireland now, and we welcome in Conor McGregor. There he is, the bearded one himself.
How are you?
Conor, how are you? Thank you so much for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks very much for having me, mate. Yeah, couldn't have thought you. How are you?
I'm doing great. I hear a bit of an echo. Can you maybe turn down the volume on your computer?
Yeah.
Now,
How about now?
Can you still hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't use this Skype. I only set this Skype up so I could get on this show with you. I don't really use this too much. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to start getting used to these kind of things.
Well, you look great and you sound great, and I appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, that's good, man. I like to look the way I feel, and I feel fucking amazing.
Really? Why so amazing?
Because I'm living the dream. You know what I mean? And here I am. I'm just over 5 weeks out from the biggest fight in my life, and things are going good, and I'm getting great support at home. As you know yourself, you're at the saying yourself. Everyone's hounding you to get me on this show, and the Irish really get behind their athletes. You know what I mean? And I'm looking to go out there and impress, and that's it. That's why I'm feeling good. You know, all the years of hard work, and now here we are.
Dana White was in Ireland recently, and he was hounded about you. They were asking him all these questions. I'm not lying. Every week I get tons of fans saying, "Get the Notorious MMA on the show." Your Twitter handle, of course. They love you so much. Are you aware that you are beloved so much by your fans, and especially Ireland?
It's grown each fight. Each fight it seems to get more and more, you know. But it's only the beginning. You know what I mean? That's what I think. This is only the beginning. I'm here to take over. I'm not here to shake no one's hand, or I'm not here to be the token Irish guy in there. I'm in there to get in and win, and that's it. You know, I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to showing the people of Ireland the true martial artists. You know what I mean? And showing the UFC and the world of MMA a martial artist that they haven't seen before. You know.
Do they love you because you're the first, or do they love you because you're you?
Well, I'm not the first. You know? I don't know. They love me because I don't know. They love me because I love myself. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm not the first guy either. You should know this. You know what I mean? You're the reporter.
Whoa.
You know, Tom Egan was the first UFC 93.
All right.
He was my teammate. We were only kids back then. He got a shot to fight, and it was a little bit too soon for him. You know what I mean? We didn't really know what we were doing back then, and then we have another Irish guy, but he likes to carry the English flag. You know what I mean? So I don't know, maybe because there's an Irish guy in there carrying an English flag. Now that we have an Irish guy carrying an Irish flag, the tricolour. You know what I mean? That's why there's a big buzz going on, you know?
And I apologize to Tom, you are right. I will admit though, not as much buzz for his fight as opposed to your debut. So that's why it felt like the first. 93 feels like years ago. You get my point, right?
Yeah, well Tom was on the card basically because they were in the hometown, you know, and they were looking for a hometown guy to promote the show, you know. But I've built up a hype around myself with some good wins and some good performances, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not just the token Irish guy. I'm not on this show because I'm not here because they're in Dublin. I'm like you say, I'm fighting in Sweden, you know what I mean? So they want me and I don't want them, so to speak, you know what I mean? So there's a good bit of hype, and I'm looking forward to going in and proving everyone right.
Why do they call you Notorious?
My coach came up with that, you know what I mean? Because sometimes I'm known to get into a little bit of trouble, and I don't know, just because I'm notorious.
Where do you get into this trouble?
Just over the years, you know what I mean? So growing up in that, I've been in and out of trouble, and I've been with my coach John Kavanagh for a long time, and there's been some ups and some downs, and you know what I mean, this and that, but you know, he stuck with me and he believed in me, and that's basically where the name came from, you know. So just getting into trouble and drifting off and doing other things and then coming back, and you know, but the past couple of years now I've stuck with it now, and now here I am, you know what I mean? So I don't know, that's where the name came from anyway.
Why'd you get into MMA?
When I was younger, it was always combat. It was always combat on my mind. You know what I mean? It was always self-defense. I got in there to be able to defend myself, just like situations that would happen. You know what I mean? Where something would happen, where, you know what I mean, just out on the street or whatever, and I just wanted to be able to defend myself, and that was it. And that's how I started. I wanted to be able to defend myself on the street, and I started doing some kickboxing. So then I done some boxing, and I just travel around. You know what I mean? Try and do all martial arts. You know. ready for anything. You know what I mean? Stay ready so I don't have to get ready.
You know, it seems like the Irish fans have been begging for the UFC to return to Ireland since the first and last event at UFC 93. Were you there?
I was there, yeah. My teammate Tom was fighting. You know what I mean? So I was there. Man, if they got an event in the O2, it would sell out. No, it would sell out in seconds. What did your man say about it the last time? Your man Gary Cook, because I couldn't hear.
Oh,
But I heard you saying Ireland.
well,
What did he say?
he said he predicts they will be back there within the next 18 months.
Wow, I was thinking sooner than that. Well, I wonder will they think that when I go in and when I go in and put on a show now in 5 weeks and make a name for myself. You know what I mean? I'm hoping to drag them back to Ireland. You know what I mean? Drag them by the scruff of the neck back and get a show on. 'Cause I have some teammates in the gym that are ready to go as well. You know what I mean? It's not just me. There's a whole load of motherfuckers behind me waiting to go, and I'm gonna kick in the door. And you know what I mean? That's it. I'm just gonna kick in the door and drag them right back to Ireland.
Well, I'm sure a dominant
Like
performance.
as soon as this fight's done, I'm gonna be on, like George St. Pierre, going on his knees and start begging for a world title. I'm gonna go on my knees and start begging for a come back to the O2, come back to Dublin, Ireland. And, well, to be honest, I'm not gonna get on my knees. I don't beg for no man, but I'm definitely gonna be saying it a lot. You know what I mean? I definitely want them to come back to my hometown. And there's so many. You know, we have a long history of combat in our country. You know what I mean? A lot of people are true fans of this game. You know what I mean? So it's about time we start coming back and get the fucking act together and come back. You know what I mean? I mean, Dana even says it himself that he gets hounded. Well, if he doesn't want to get hounded, then let's do it. Let's do a show. You know what I mean?
I think they may erect a statue in your honor right now because of this talk. And if you get them to come back sooner than 18 months, you're going to be an Irish legend, my friend.
Yeah, I am an Irish legend,
That's true.
man. I'm a living legend. Yeah, I see myself as the champ already.
Already? You're the featherweight champion already?
Of course. I see myself as the champ from day one. Before I even started training, I always saw myself as the champ. That's how I see myself. I visualize myself already there. I visualize everything. I visualize this conversation. I visualize the walkout. I visualize everything going on. I know I have shots picked out that I'm going to throw in this fight in 5 weeks. You know what I mean? I've seen everything in my head, and now it's going to happen. You see it in your head, you're going to see it before your eyes. That's what I say.
Could you fight tomorrow? Like you seem ready. You seem like you're going to jump out of the screen right now and fight me.
Stay ready so I don't have to get ready. I'm ready to go.
Oh my gosh.
I am ready to go, yeah.
And you're not just the champ. You are a 2-division champion for Cage Warriors, featherweight, lightweight. That's obviously a big deal. When you won the last belt, did you know that? I think you fought like what was it, New Year's Eve time around just a couple months ago. Did you feel like, all right, it's inevitable, the call's coming? After that last win, did you know that your time was coming in the UFC?
I felt like I said, even before that, when I came out of my mother, I felt it. You know what I mean? My ma always said that I came out. The doctor said to me, "Ma, I came out with my hands up like this, yeah." And the doctor said to me, "Ma, you have a boxer on your hands," and you know what I mean. I knew what I was gonna do from day one, and here I am. You know what I mean? I knew it even before the Butchinger fight on New Year's Eve. I knew I was gonna get here. You know what I mean? My team knew I was gonna get here. My coach knew. My family knew. You know what I mean? I had belief from everyone. I had a belief in myself, and now here it is. You know what I mean? That last fight, I felt at home. You know, each fight I'm learning. Each day I'm learning. I feel like I'm growing every day. This couldn't have come at a better time for me. You know what I mean? I'm ready. Honestly, I am ready. This, like I said with Tom Egan, it was a little bit too soon. We were only kids at the time. None of us didn't know what the fuck was going on. Jumping in there and O2, 9,000 screaming people didn't know what the fuck was happening. You know what I mean? Now we're ready. We've had experience on some big shows. I've had some big hype fights fighting for them 2 titles, and you know what I mean. There's a lot of successful guys in that came from Cage Warriors and are now in the UFC, like Dan Hardy, Michael Bisping, and a load of those guys. And none of them ever had 2 belts. You know what I mean? I had the deuce. I was wanting around for 2 belts. None of them guys had it. So I'm looking to have as good a career as those guys, if not better.
Yeah, what's the scene like over there? Because we hear a lot about the English scene, and a lot of those guys now coming more to the U.S. because they feel like they need better wrestling training and whatnot. What kind of training are you getting over in Ireland?
Yeah, again, I'm training. I always train. I just train everywhere. Travel around. I like to travel around, and I try all styles of martial arts. I've been back and forth as well to Iceland with Gunnar Nelson, and those guys from Iceland come over, some good solid grapplers and some good solid wrestlers. And you know what I mean? But see all this crap about going to America and all. People think they need to pack up pack up and leave their coach. And like, see the way guys change coaches halfway through their career. And you're in the wrong frame of mind if you're doing that. You're in the wrong frame of mind if you're leaving the guys you came up with and going to some other gym and trying to start up. You know what I mean? I've guys that I started boxing with that went over to the Wildcard gym with Freddie Roach and those guys, the pro boxers, and they're just another pro in there. You know what I mean? I'm with who I'm with, and I'll certainly go around traveling and sparring and training and meeting new people, of course. But I'm with who I'm with, and I'm with them till the end. You know what I mean? That's the frame of mind you need to be in, not move away to somewhere and do. You know what I mean? It's not the answer. You know what I mean? So. Moving to, people are always saying to me, "Oh, you got to go to America," and I don't got to do fuck all. I'll go to America when I am going to America. You know what I mean? But I certainly won't be packing up and moving over. I'm from Ireland. You know what I mean? Era, and I'll be here till the day I die.
So I'm keeping this on record. When you go on a 5-fight winning streak or whatever in the UFC, you're not leaving. You're sticking there. I'm not going to see you go to Greg Jackson or ATT or anything. You're sticking there, right?
I would certainly, man. I would certainly travel abroad and maybe go training with those guys for a month. But then my home is Ireland. I'm not packing up and moving everything. You know what I mean? There's no way in hell I'll ever do that. But I will definitely traveling around and meeting new people. And you know, no matter what, even if you're training with experienced pros or beginners, like if you're traveling around and you're getting variety in your sparring partners and your training partners, no matter what the level is, you always feel like you're learning and you feel like you're growing and you're experiencing different body types and things like that. You know what I mean? It's always a good thing. So I certainly will travel around, but I'm from Ireland, and that's where I'll be basing. I'm not jacking it in and moving abroad and thinking that's the answer to all my problems, because it's not. What you're looking for is not out there. What you're looking for is in here. Do you know what I mean?
Now,
you know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying, my friend. Now, are you in Dublin right now?
Man.
This may be the greatest guest in the history of our show right here. Look at you, making news right here, making an impact. That's what I was told about you. What are you eating, by the way? Peanuts?
Blueberries.
Blueberries.
Fucking delicious.
Are you
Blueberries are good for leaning out. You know what I mean? I'm a lean motherfucker as well. Lean as they come.
Are you in Dublin right now?
I'm in Dublin. I'm in my house. I was in training this morning. There's a guy from MTV following me around the past 4 days. I'm getting a mad amount of press. I'm not really used to it. It kind of does me head in a little bit as well. But there was a guy from MTV following me around for the past 4 days. He's making a documentary. It's going to be out this Friday if you want to retweet that shit. You know what I mean? Now you have a lot of followers.
Well, I'll see.
It'll be out this Friday. But
I'll see if it's up to my standards.
I was in today, done some grappling, then done some pads. Then now after this, I'm going to head back down and do some more grappling, and then that's it. Just carry on all day, every day.
Now, you're not getting a big head on us now that you're getting all this attention, right? You're going to stay grounded.
I don't know. I'm just me, you know what I mean? I'm not thinking anything. I'm just the way I am. I'm always going to be the same, you know what I mean? It's just the way I am.
When you walk around in Dublin, do you get a lot of love? Do a lot of people coming up to you, getting a lot of attention from the common folk?
Yeah, not really, to be honest. I don't really go anywhere though. I don't go anywhere. I wake up, I go to the gym, I go get some food, I go back to the gym, I go get some food, and then I go to bed. You know what I mean? Sometimes I in a third session. You know what I mean? That's what I do. I don't really go anywhere to be seeing people or that. You know what I mean? But the man from MTV following me around, I'm not really used to any of that. And then there's a TV station called TV3. They were out. It's like an Irish thing. You know what I mean? They were the news people, and they were out doing a little thing on me. And this is the kind of thing you have to get used to. You know, it's a pain in the ass. You know what I mean? Having to do all this stuff while you're training as well. But I'm definitely up for doing it if it's going to get me out there, and it's going to get Irish MMA out there, and it's eventually going to lead to these guys coming back and having a show here, you know, once a year or whatever, you know what I mean, and getting my teammates on, you know what I mean. We're struggling, we're broke as a motherfuckers over here, yeah. All those guys training over here 24/7, haven't got a pot to piss in. You know what I mean? So I want to bring shows over for all these guys so we can all get fucking paid. You know what I mean?
Are you married?
No, I have a girlfriend. Just shoot me now.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask what the love life was like, because you seem like a good catch.
No, I have. What?
You seem like a good catch.
I seem like a good catch? What the fuck? Yeah, I am a good catch. Yeah, well, yeah. No, I'm with my girlfriend a few years, and man, she keep me head straight. You know what I mean? You need a good woman in your life. Have you got a woman yourself, Ariel? Or is MMA your woman?
I've got a wife and a son, my friend.
Nice, good
And,
man. Is she good looking?
she's very good looking. I appreciate you asking. No,
Which, with the look at your face, I don't know.
oh, look at this guy.
Nah, I'm only messing.
I know. Let me ask you about Marcus Brimage. We haven't talked about him. A bit of a funky character, into the video games, likes to do the backflips, but he's looked very good in the UFC. What do you think of him?
Yeah, fair play to him. He's 3-0 inside the octagon. He's fought some prospects and that, and yeah, I don't really look. I don't look into what these guys are at. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, there's no opponent. You know what I mean? You're against yourself in there, so. I don't really look too much into him. He seems okay. He seems like a nice guy. He seems like an okay little boxer, and he's athletic. But we'll see. I think his movements are limited. I think he's limited with his movements, and I look to exploit that. You know what I mean? I move in many different ways, and I'll definitely be getting there and looking to exploit that.
By the way, are you on the main card?
I should be on the main
Yeah.
card, but I don't know. This is my first time. This is my first time out. You know what I mean? I feel like a wily veteran. I'm gonna feel at home when I get in there. Yeah, it's gonna feel like nothing. See, everyone talks about being afraid and all. I fear nothing. I'm gonna walk out there, head held high. You know what I mean? Hands up in the air and stomp out right forward for him. You know what I mean? Not a care in the world.
What's the most amount of people?
On the main card.
What's the most amount of people that you fought in front of?
4,000.
Well, this is going to be different, my friend.
Sorry?
This is going to be different. There's going to be way more people than 4,000. Sold out Ericsson Globe Arena. Are you ready for that?
4 million. I don't give a fuck. Makes no difference. It's me and him in there. Like I said, I'm going to go straight for him. Hands in the air. Open palm. Chuck Norris style, yeah?
Wow. How do you expect to finish him?
I don't know. I have a few shots picked, and he's a southpaw as well, and we'll see what happens. He's tough. We'll see what happens. I am going to finish him, though. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm going to walk away. I'd like a nice bonus, you know what I mean? I'm in there to get paid. Like I said, we're all broke over this neck of the woods. Not a thing going for any of us, you know what I mean? So I want to start getting paid. Maybe get myself a nice car or something. You know what I mean? I haven't even got a car at the minute, and maybe some nice clothes or something. You know what I mean? A few suits and some shit like that. So I'm looking to get paid. I'm gonna go for him and look to finish him anyway.
By the way, what happens to your Cage Warriors titles?
You wouldn't believe what happened to them Cage Warriors titles, yeah? When I won them titles, when I won the first one, my coach John wanted me to bring, because he hangs all the belts we have up on the wall, and he's always saying, Conor, bring down your belt. And we hang it up on the wall. I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot it. I'll bring it down tomorrow. And then tomorrow I was like, oh, I forgot it again. And that happened for months. And then I wins the next belt. And the same thing again. Conor, bring down them belts. We hang them up on the wall. I was like, oh. And then this guy got in touch, wrote me a nice message. He said, like, he wanted me to come down. They're doing some filming about a talk about suicide and bullying. And you know what I mean? And he said, would I come down and say a few words and bring me 2 belts? I was like, man, of course I'll do that, man. That sounds great. So brings me 2 belts down to the gym, does the few words, leaves the belts there. The only time the belts are in the gym. And then Cage Warrior staff come over to film one of my teammates who's fighting for the title called Pendred soon. They're filming, the PR team are filming him. And I wasn't there. And didn't they take the 2 fucking belts back with them?
What?
So now right now I've no belts, you know what I mean? And I was planning on not giving them belts back, to be honest. When it came down to it, I was just gonna delay it as long as I could to keep them belts, and then maybe when it came down to it, then probably just pay for the belts, you know what I mean? Just say, look, I'll charge a few quid and I'll just keep them belts. Because to be honest, I don't know, I'm gonna get them belts back somehow, to be honest. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I will get them belts back.
That is a travesty.
That's what I'm saying. You leave something down for 2 seconds and it's whipped. Just like that.
That is a travesty. You need to get those belts back. I mean, they're yours. Yeah. But are you the champion, or are you now, like, have they vacated the titles? I'm
always the champion. Yeah, no one beat me. No one took them belts off me. I'm the champ. Yeah, I'm the 2-weight champ, light 155-pound champ and 145-pound champ.
All right.
But I think of course now I'm fighting in this, they're gonna put 2 other bums in there to try and fight for it, but there really is only one champ, and they know it as well as I know it.
And his name is Conor McGregor. This might be my favorite interview of all time. I'm getting hit up here. People are loving you, my friend. You know, I got to say, good. I think it's an apropos time to say this. You know what's my favorite movie of all time?
What?
In the Name of the Father. You know that movie?
Yeah, I know that. You know, yeah, the IRA guys.
I love that movie.
Stuck in jail for bombing. Yeah, that's all right.
You didn't like it? I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it.
No, it is a good film. It's a good Irish film. There's some good Irish films out there.
Yeah.
It's actually a good Irish TV show at the minute called Love Hate, and I'm actually betting into that. It's about Irish gangland, yeah, from where I'm from, Crumlin and Drimnagh. It's a big TV show. It's having good success, but it's damn good Irish TV. It's not good, you know what I mean? When you see something good coming from our country, I like to support it. You know what I mean? I'm not like one of those little negative people that like to hate on shit. You know what I mean? I support good things that are coming from my country, and you know what I mean. And that is one of them. That show. And maybe I don't know if I start getting my little celebrity up. Maybe I might see a cameo.
Well, you are a good thing coming out of the great country of Ireland. He is Conor McGregor. His Twitter handle is The Notorious MMA. You probably are a fan of his after listening to this interview. If you weren't a fan of his before the interview, so hit him up. Follow him as he makes his way to the UFC April 6th. Stockholm, Sweden, UFC on Fuel TV #9. He fights Marcus Brimage. This has been a pleasure. I really enjoyed this. I'm happy that they terrorized me to get you on the show, your fans. And I wish you nothing but the best of luck in your UFC debut and beyond. I'm sure we'll be talking to you many times, though.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Ari. I really appreciate that, man. Thanks for them kind words.
All the best to you, and good luck on April 6th.
Thank you, man. Thanks very much.
There he is, Conor McGregor stopping by. And wow. As I see on my Twitter right here, that was unbelievable. That might be one of our greatest guests ever.
It's the best guest ever.
He's up there, right?
No, it's number one. There's no other guest to talk about. This is the best guest and the best interview we've had.
And I don't want to hate on other guests because we've had great ones. I mean, this has been a great show with Gary Cook and Brian Stan, et cetera, et cetera. But wow. Let us know. Where does Conor McGregor rank as far as all-time great MMA Hour guests? And not only that, first time on the MMA Hour. Comfortable, dropping lines, eating blueberries, laughing. I mean, he was outstanding. That was unbelievable. Thank you very much to him. And I appreciate all the fans who were, as I said, hounding me to get him on the show. You Irish fans are incredible. Blown away by you guys. And I do hope that you get your UFC fight, UFC card, in Ireland sooner rather than later. The moment he won on Saturday, the moment he won the People's Main Event, as I dubbed it, I was flooded with tweets with people saying, you must get this man on the MMA Hour on Monday. He must come back for round 2. We said it a few weeks back, perhaps the greatest MMA Hour debut in our short history. And he is so kind to join us once again right here on the MMA Hour. There he is. Conor Mack himself. Look at him.
What's up, man?
How are you,
bud? All right?
I'm doing all right. It's so great to have you back on the show.
I need to lower this down, don't I?
What'd you say?
Do I need to lower this down?
No. You look great.
Should I not be able to see you, but I could see you the last time.
Yeah, well, we changed studios now, so it's a little different, but have no fear.
Under construction.
But we're here and we see you, and that's all that matters. Now, first things first. Where are the blueberries? Because we saw when you got back to the locker room, you were eating the blueberries, and I got a lot of tweets about that. So I was expecting you snacking on some blueberries right now.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I just had some blueberries in my bag, but I'll tell you what, I do have kale chips there. Yeah, they're pretty all right. Hang on. Them little bad boys there.
Oh, yeah. Did you make those yourself? Because I hear you're quite the chef.
Blueberries now, but... Huh?
Did you cook those yourself? Because I hear you're quite the chef.
Yeah, no, I didn't cook them myself. Yeah, but I do like cooking, and I do always say like, someday I think I might open up my own little place. I'd be, you know what I'm like for visualization, and I do visualize having my own place, like my own little restaurant kind of thing. And I've already got the name of the restaurant. If you want to know that,
I would love to know it.
Do you ever hear of like Sloppy Joe's?
Of course.
Well, I would call mine Shredded Joe's, yeah, and just have it like pure healthy food, and have it like kind of like a sports bar, and have like UFC memorabilia, and have all the fights on. You know what I mean? I think a place like that would do good business.
Well, you're on your way, my friend. I mean, you're $60,000 richer, not to mention your purse. You're in the UFC. You're an overnight...
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to know, do you have a pot to piss in now?
Yeah. I have a few pots to piss. I have a choice of pots to piss in now, yeah? Someone tweeted me that, yeah. I guess Conor has a choice of pots to piss in now. I thought that was funny, yeah.
it was a surreal thing to watch, and we're not saying that we had any part of it, but it just, ever since you were on the show, the following week Marcus was on the show, I felt like this fight should be on the main card. We started calling it the People's Main Event, and just watching it with the people on Saturday, and then the explosion of tweets that I got. I can't imagine what you got after your win. It just to see the people rallying behind you. How surreal has all of this been to finally live your dream and not just make it to the UFC, but debut like that?
Yeah, man, it is unbelievable. Words can't describe it. You know what I mean? As I was walking out, and I could just see Ireland flags everywhere, and people, the Irish rugby jersey. You know what I mean? I could see people Irish flags, and I could see it everywhere in the whole arena. I couldn't believe it. But words can't describe. You know what I mean? Everything just went the way I said it would. You know what I mean? I said I was going to steal the show. I said. I honestly can't put it into words. You know what I mean? I still feel like I'm in a bubble here. You know, I haven't come down. I still feel like my adrenaline is kind of going. You know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck to be doing with myself. Do you know what I mean? I'm just kind of twitchy all the time, and I don't. But like even all over the week, like throughout the week when I was on Sweden, it literally felt like I was playing the video game. It literally felt like I was playing UFC Undisputed. And when I got back in after the fight. And this guy walked up to me in a suit and was like, Dana will see you now. You know what I mean? I was like, what the fuck? We walked in, me, my coach, and Dana was there, and I don't know, it's just crazy. Like it literally felt like I was on playing the video game. I don't know, it was fucking nuts, man. And really was something else. It's a well-oiled machine, the UFC. You know what I mean? They run shit properly. The people that came over and we didn't know what to expect. You know what I mean? They don't really know much about MMA. My family and all. Me mum and dad. They don't really know too much. You know what I mean? But my dad's the biggest fan of it now. He hasn't stopped watching it since I've came back.
And obviously Dana tweeted the picture of you guys saying that you are for real. What did he say to you? What was that conversation like?
He was just saying, man. He was saying Brimage came at you, man. Brimage was tough, which he did. You know, He did. He came in and gave me some exchanges, and he went for it. You know what I mean? But he just said, "Well done, man. I've been getting hounded by all the Irish people," and I just said, "Look, just have that 60 Gs ready," because there was still like 8 fights left on the card. So I was like, "Listen, just have that 60 Gs ready." You know what I mean? Trying to plant it in his mind, but I ended up getting it. Yeah.
And congratulations for that. I know that must have made you very happy. Now, things were a little dicey earlier in the week, and we saw this on your video blog. You had to get your wisdom tooth taken out because you were in incredible pain. Yeah. What happened there?
Yeah, I didn't have to get it taken out, but I literally from the Sunday, the fight Saturday, the Sunday before that, I'm waking up in the middle of the night, and I literally couldn't close my mouth. I couldn't close or open my mouth past a certain bit. And like the gum from my wisdom tooth was just coming over my gum was coming over the wisdom tooth, and it was the most horriblest, painfulest thing ever. And I called the doctor out to the house, and I said, I need antibiotics. He said, there's an infection, you're going to have to take antibiotics. I told him I had the fight coming up, so he gave me light antibiotics. And that was a bad thing because I took them antibiotics for like 4 days, and they were little baby antibiotics that didn't do jack shit. Do you know what I mean? So I'm over there in Sweden, and I'm waking up, haven't slept. I couldn't sleep for all them days. And then Wednesday morning I wakes up in Sweden. I just said to John, saying, listen, I have to go to the dentist. I have to go somewhere. I'm in pain. So we got in touch with Bert Watson, and he said, yeah, there's a place here, go there. So we went there, and the dentist there was telling me them antibiotics they give you went worth nothing. You know what I mean? So then I had to take big heavy ones, three antibiotics a day, twice a day. So six antibiotics a day I was taking, and it was just another thing, you know what I mean? Nothing could have stopped me in there, you know what I mean? I wasn't gonna be broke. It was just another thing, you know. Adversity causes some men to break and others to break records, and I chose to be the second one, you know what I mean? So that's the way I looked at it. I just looked at it as another challenge, and fuck the pain, you know what I mean? It's only a tooth at the end of the day, and I got through it.
So you had to take this medicine. Is there a chance this could come up in your post-fight drug test? Is there an issue there?
No, because they were aware of it, and they got onto the UFC doctor, and he was like, no, they're okay. I could take ibuprofen up until 24 hours before the weigh-in, so I did that. 24 hours before the weigh-in, I stopped taking the ibuprofen, and I continued with the antibiotics. I didn't take the antibiotics on the Friday of the weigh-ins, and then I took I took one on the Saturday, and then that was it. But I literally, what else could I do? You know, I wasn't sleeping. You know what I mean? I literally didn't sleep for 4 days straight. My mouth, I couldn't open. If you've ever had a wisdom tooth pain, it's the nastiest pain ever. You know what I mean? So I had to do something. But no, they know about it anyway. And look, they're not gonna rob that from me. There's no. So what? There's nothing that them antibiotics done. You know what I mean? It was just like to kill an infection. I think it would have made me worse.
You're obviously a very confident guy, but was there ever a point you're not sleeping, you're bothered, you're thinking about something else, where you're like, gosh, this is bad luck. I'm not on my game here. This is affecting me. Were you ever sort of doubting yourself because of this toothache?
Yeah, I never doubted myself, but it was tough. You know what I mean? I'm limited calories, and not only that, the week before the Sunday, my last week of training, I went in on Monday morning and I done some jiu-jitsu, and I had twinged the nerve in my neck. So I literally couldn't turn my head that way all the way. And then literally that was like, so the final week of training, 2 weeks before training, I had to sit everything out, and I was getting treatment and acupuncture. So like for the final 2 weeks, I literally didn't do anything. You know what I mean? So I definitely it was a tough time, you know what I mean? But honestly, nothing could have stopped me there. I just kept saying, listen, I'd beat this guy on my deathbed. You know what I mean? That's the way I was looking at it. And nothing could have stopped me. You know what I mean? Absolutely nothing.
You said 3 letters in your post-fight interview that we don't usually hear in UFC post-fight interviews. You said WWE, and then you referenced Stone Cold Steve Austin in the back with the other media. What were you trying to say there? Because I wasn't quite sure if I understood. I think I know, but what were you trying to say?
No, because people were saying that I was getting in his face at the weigh-ins and all this, and I'm not trying to do it. I'm just having it's all a game. You know what I mean? I'm just playing up like the WWE, you know what I mean? It's all an act, really, you know what I mean? I never had bad feelings towards Marcus. I never had good feelings either, you know what I mean? I didn't love him, I didn't hate him, I didn't anything him, you know what I mean? The opponent doesn't come into the equation. I'm just playing up, I'm just getting people talking about the fight and whether, you know what I mean, just get the hype going. And I knew no matter what happens, I was going to perform in there. But outside of it, I definitely want, you know what I mean? I want people talking, I want to create a story, you know what I mean, good or bad.
Is that a good thing to admit? Because people like to buy that stuff. They like to eat that up. Is it good to admit that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really give a shit whether it's good to admit it, you know what I mean?
All right.
It's not going to make a difference. All them motherfuckers are still going to pay for that ticket, yeah, trust me on that. And that's all that matters.
So no hard. Did you even talk to him after? Did you share some words?
No, I didn't talk to him after because I haven't seen him. If I'd have saw him, I would have spoke to him. But you could see it in him. You know what I mean? I could see it in him. I was saying, man, he is emotionally attached. I could even see it in his coach. This coach was emotionally attached. I just knew. I was saying, this guy's going to be coming forward and going to be overthrowing his shots. And you know what I mean? When you're emotionally attached, your judgment is clouded. You know what I mean? Your reaction time is off. It's either too much, or you're either firing too fast, or you're firing. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It's off. I thought that would happen. Now, fair play to the little motherfucker. He came at it. He came out and came going for it. You know what I mean? He threw some shots. And Kenny and all that. I was listening to the broadcast there. Kenny was saying I took some big shots. I didn't take any shots, to be honest. Like, one might have been a little bit off balance, but I took no shots. So I don't know what the crack that was. I don't know what the fuck that was there, but. No, I respect Marcus. He's a good guy, and I look forward to seeing him again. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, whether you beat a guy or he beats you, you know what I mean? You have a bond with these people for the rest of your life, you know what I mean? You want to see them do well. If someone beats me, I want to see them go on and do great things. If I beat them, I still want to see them go on and do great things, you know what I mean? So you have a bond with which are opponents no matter what, you know what I mean? Even if there is a lot of shit talking, there always is shit talk, but to me it means jack shit. Honestly, you can say what you want to me and I'll say what I want to you. It's going to come off, it's going to just roll off my back, you know what I mean, like water off a duck's back, as they say in Ireland. I don't know, they probably say that in America as well, but they say that in America, yeah?
They say bulletproof vest, waterproof back.
You know what your man Stitch was saying? He's walking by, you know this, the cunt man Stitch was saying, you're a bad motherfucker, are you Irish? And I was like, yeah. The Irish are like the Mexicans, man. I'm going to call you loaded weapon. I was like hearing it was just mad, you know what I mean? I don't really hear American accents or anything too much, and just hearing everyone's accents and all. It was crazy. It literally was like I'm in the game. It was literally like I'm in the game. And then Bud's a mad motherfucker, man.
He is.
He gets you going. That man runs the show, yeah.
Oh yeah,
That man really runs the whole shit.
he's the
Without him,
unsung
I don't know
hero.
what the fuck. No.
He's the unsung hero. He's the
Yeah.
he's the guy that you don't hear about as much, but without him, who knows how they go.
Yeah, no, 100%. That man runs the show. He was the only guy, you know, that you're in contact, that all the fighters are in contact with, and not only is the fighters are in contact with him, and he's in contact with everyone else that is, you know, doing everything else. You know, he really is the man behind it all. And it was great to meet him, and it was great to meet everyone and get me foot in the door. You know what I mean? And I told them all I was going to steal the show, Ariel, and I wasn't messing about that. You know, it's not going to stop here. You know what I mean? They'll give me someone in Boston, and it makes no difference who it is. I'll go through them as well, and I'm just going to keep going. There's no stopping me.
You know, just a few more minutes left with you, Conor. We really appreciate the time. I have to admit, and correct me if I'm wrong here, when you were on the show the first time, a month or so ago, like I said, you were sitting back, you were eating, you were dropping the F-bombs, you were very cocky, very confident. You seem to me now the same guy, but very tired. You seem almost exhausted from the whole experience. Like now you're coming down from cloud 9. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that could be accurate. Yeah, I don't know, I'm just chilling out in my gaff as well. Can't the man chill out in his house without me fucking saying he's tired? I don't know. I feel fucking great, mate. I feel rich as a motherfucker as well. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I feel good. But like even before, you know what I mean? Excellence is not a skill. Excellence is an attitude. You know what I mean? And it's all in your head. You know, you tell yourself you are you are whatever you tell yourself you are. You know what I mean? And I'm telling myself I'm the two-weight champ. You know what I mean? That's that.
What does that mean?
I'm the two-weight world champion.
Two-way? What do you mean by that? Are you talking about...
Two-weight.
Oh, two-weight. Oh, okay. All right.
Two-weight world champion.
Well, you're going
to go up and down weights. You know what I mean? I'm not afraid. I'll go lightweight. I'll go featherweight. I wouldn't mind maybe a lightweight scrap for the next one.
Oh, really?
Just to get in, because I definitely want to be up and down. I definitely want both divisions knowing I'm about.
So the next one in Boston, you want it to be at 155?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind 155. Yeah, because as well, my first one in America as well. You know what I mean? It's a big travel as well, so I'd probably like it at 155. And Sean Shelby came up to me and said, we don't want you to go near one. I want you to stay at 145. But I'll honestly I'll take either one. You know what I mean? 155 or 145.
You said at the post-fight press conference. What's that?
Yeah. No, go on.
You said that you were going to collect social welfare checks, or you were on the verge, or what was going on there?
No. See, as you know, Ariel, or maybe you don't know, it's UFC or peanuts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're not signed to the UFC, you're a broke motherfucker, like I told you in the last interview. So I was collecting the social welfare, you know what I mean, up until it, you know what I mean? So now, and I was just basically saying that because people were asking me questions, and I was just saying, listen, I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Here I am, up on a big stage, and Dana White is right there, and I don't know, honestly, I haven't a fucking clue what's going on. I was in a mad daze. Just last week, I was in collecting the social welfare, you know what I mean, which is it. But all martial artists chasing this dream are on a nutsack, you know what I mean. And I hope the guys from Ireland and whoever around the world, you know what I mean, can see me that it can just change like that, you know what I mean. 1 minute and 7 seconds, I go from being known to having money to me name and having me name out there, you know what I mean. So I hope that inspires people to get out and chase what they're chasing, you know what I mean, and get after it.
And just to show how confident you were, you planned out, you picked out a pretty sweet ass suit, I must say. I mean, that thing was great with the bow tie and whatnot. I want to know, how did you afford that thing? You're collecting social. How did you afford it?
Yeah, that's what we called hand-me-downs. Yeah, in Ireland we call them hand-me-downs. Yeah, that was my great grandfather Joe's blazer. That was, yeah.
Wow.
Handed down through the famine. No, do you know what? I knew I was going to be on that post-fight press conference, so I packed some nice pair of slacks. I packed a nice Dickie bow. What do you think of that Dickie bow, by the way? It was nice, wasn't it?
I liked it. I must admit, I thought it was awesome.
Just a little touch. All it was a Dickie bow, €10. You know what I mean? And people are talking about the Dickie bow, kill motherfucker. But anyway, I packed all that because I knew I was going to be on that post-fight press conference. I packed some nice pair of pants, nice pink shirt, nice bow tie, blazer. You know what I mean? I packed it all because I knew I knew I was gonna steal the show, and they were gonna want me on that post-fight press conference. And you know what they say, when you see it in your head. Who says that? When someone says when you see it in your head, you're gonna see it before your eyes, and that's what happened.
What are the first couple of things that you want to buy with this money that you have now?
I don't know. I was saying I'm gonna buy a car, and listen. I'm gonna have to talk to someone, yeah. I'm gonna have to talk to someone who knows about money, because I know jack shit. Yeah, I don't have a bank account. I've never had a bank account. Do you know what I mean? I've never had you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm gonna have to talk to someone about what I'm gonna do with the money. But if I was to cash that now, I'd cash that right now. That money, I'd be broke by next week. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna talk to someone, sort out what I'm gonna do with it, and then get back at it. You know what I mean? This doesn't stop for me. I don't stop at it. You know what I mean? There's no break for me. I stay in shape. You know what I mean? Not gonna catch me out of shape. Not never. You know what I mean? So I'm straight back into it and keep going at it, and get back in and look for more of these knockout of the night bonuses and sub of the night bonuses. And I'm not looking for that fight of the night bonus either. You know what I mean? Because that to me is a loss. You know what I mean? I'm looking to dominate sub of the night, or fight of the night, or even maybe, do you know what? There should be performance of the night. If anything, there should be a performance of the night, and knockout of the night, and a sub of the night, as well as fight of the night. You know, fight of the night is great, but you know, even when you hear like two people in like the pre-fight press conference, let's make this fight of the night. No, you know what I mean? They're saying, yeah, we're gonna make this fight of the night, trying to just make a fight. And to me, that's selling yourself short. You know what I mean? You're not, and I don't know, it's not the wrong, you're not reaching for the stars, you're reaching too short there for me, you know what I mean? I'm looking to steamroll everyone, you know what I mean? And get the of the night bonus, but not the fight of the night bonus.
And you've received an immense amount of love, and we'll get to that in a second, but I'm sure with that comes some hate as well. And somewhat famously made some headlines in Ireland. You and Kenny Egan, who's somewhat of a boxing star over there, Olympic and all that stuff. What's going on there? Because I saw back and forth on Twitter, you got some people that you need to put in place, or at least you feel like you do.
Yeah, we have Olympic amateur boxers are heroes in this country, you know what I mean? I don't know where that Phil thinks he gets off. I went onto Twitter, you know, my Twitter is blowing up at the minute, you know what I mean? I was just scrolling through the little interaction thing, and then I see that fucking dope puts up some picture about MMA or some sort of little joke, and had put my Twitter thing in it, the Twitter handle. And I just wrote Tom to shut his fucking mouth, that in pure unarmed combat, in true combat, you know what I mean, that man is a novice, do you know what I mean? So, and I just told him to shut his mouth, and then he was like, "Oh, I was only having the crack." You know the way he heard it say, "I only having that crack." But I don't know that Phil personally to have the crack. You know what I mean? Don't have the crack with me. I'll crack him with 30 left hooks into the chin, and then some other little mother. It's harmless, to be honest. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's a vibe going on, I suppose. You know what I mean? Because again, this sport is only grown in Ireland, and we have a long history of boxing stars, and maybe they're a bit jealous, you know what I mean, that now that it's kind of turning up. It's probably already happened. This is like probably a debate that has happened in America in probably the 1990s or early 2000s, when all that boxing versus MMA crap was going on. This is probably only happening here now, you know what I mean? So I don't know, fuck them off. Do you want to? It's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like rugby and soccer, you know what I mean? It's like a soccer player saying, rugby's not good because it's too rough, you know what I mean? They need to get over that shit, you know what I mean? Because there's a new breed of bad motherfuckers around town, and you're looking at them right now.
How do you think you'll be received in Boston?
I hope good, you know what I mean? Boston is, I know there's a lot of crazy Irish motherfuckers floating around Boston, so I'd imagine I'll be looking good, yeah. I imagine I get some good support out there. But again, you could boom, I could come into a chorus of bills, you know what I mean? I'll play up to that shit. I'll play it all off, you know what I mean? It makes no difference, but definitely I think the Boston, I know Boston is a strong Irish connection, and man, that's going to be special. But when is it? It's 4 months, isn't it?
It's August 17th.
Yeah, it's a long way away. I don't like that. It's a bit too long. Do you know what also I found out? Because I thought when you're signed to the UFC you couldn't compete in jiu-jitsu tournaments or any other tournaments like that, but I heard Ben Henderson was competing in a BJJ tournament. So there's the no-gi Europeans on in Rome in June. I'm gonna get onto the UFC and see can I compete in that, because I would love to. Those jiu-jitsu tournaments, man, they're a great vibe. You know what I mean? You go over and it's a real chilled, and it's competition. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna see will they let me go over and compete in that.
And
that would be next for me, I'd imagine. Unless maybe there's something that could come in before that. I don't know.
I think they want you to fight in Boston, and it makes sense. And I don't know if you know this. That day, August 17th, a new channel is launching here in the United States called Fox Sports 1. So it's a very big deal, and they're putting a UFC event on the first day that the channel launches. Over 80 million homes. So it's a big thing, and I have a feeling they want you to be on there because of the Irish connection, Boston and whatnot. But just so in case you don't know about that stuff, because you don't get that channel in Europe, that's a big card for the UFC.
Yeah, 100%. Just give me a minute there. I'm just gonna shake my head, yeah, because I need to get them dollar bill signs out of my eyes, yeah. Because that's all I heard when you said that, yeah.
Maybe you can ask for a new contract already.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna push me luck. The man's at the giving me a 60G check. You know what I mean?
Well,
I'm not gonna start demanding contracts, and I'm just gonna take it as it is and have fun with it. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. I'm just here to have fun. You know what I mean? And when you have a love for life, it's contagious. You know what I mean? And it just attracts good stuff and attracts good things to you, and it has been working for me so far. So I'm just gonna keep going, keep having fun, and just keep doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Nothing changes for me, and not just keep doing what I'm doing.
Two last things. Anyone who makes sense for you on that August 17th card? Do you want to call someone out?
No. Anyone, 145, 155, whatever they say. There's no one that I really, I suppose maybe your man Norman Park is 155. He's fighting. He's the other kind of Irish guy, but he's from Northern Ireland, and he carries that's all a history thing. I don't give a shit about that, but that would be a good fight because the Irish American thing, and it would be a great contest for the European scene. Me and Norman kind of came up together on the same kind of circuit, since before the UFC, and we were always mentioned in the same bracket. So it's definitely a fight I would like to have all right against Norman at maybe 155. And I suppose that could happen in Boston, but you never know. But that would probably be one. But other than that, really, no. Anyone I'll take, yeah.
I get the sense that you don't like Norman because last time you were saying there are people who hold the flag or different flags, and a lot of your fans in Ireland thought that was a shot at Norman. Do you not like this guy?
Yeah. No, I don't have any ill feelings. It's one of those things, it's a fight that makes sense. We came up the same way, and I think I do him in half a minute. I would, you know what I mean. So I don't have any ill feelings towards the guy. You know what I mean. He's from Northern Ireland and carries his flag. I'm from Ireland and I carry the tricolour. You know what I mean. But it's like what I would have a thing with is, I'm from where I'm from, yeah. And if a UK MMA site or an MMA site said I was UK fighter Conor McGregor or something like that, which does happen, I will write to them, well, I'm actually Irish, or I would write something like that, you know what I mean? Whereas he considers himself British, so when people say he's Irish, he should come on and say no, actually I'm British, you know what I mean? Maybe he should do that, you know what I mean? That would be one thing, you know what I mean? Have respect for where you're from, you know what I mean? I'm proud of where I'm from. He should be proud of where he's from. But at the end of the day, none of that shit means nothing, you know what I mean? He'd be done in half a minute. He doesn't want that fight either, yeah?
Okay, last thing, Conor, before we go, and this has been great. I want to know if there's anything you want to say to the people out there, because I know right now it's around 8 p.m. in Ireland. Like I said, my Twitter, it went nuts. They voted for you for this weekend. They said you're the most anticipated UFC debut. They had this poll on Fuel TV. We had fun with the whole People's Main Event thing. People were begging, literally. I've never had this before, where people were demanding that you come on the show on Monday. They wanted you back. What do you say to these people who are supporting you and almost living vicariously through you?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It gives me energy, you know what I mean? All this does is give me energy just to keep going and keep chasing my dream. I know I have so many people behind me. Of course, there's negativity, you know what I mean? There's a lot of negative people that maybe want to see me fail, but there's 3 times as many positive people who are giving me such good vibes, you know what I mean? So, and I like to focus on the positive, you know what I mean? And then the negative just shrinks away, you know what I mean? So, to all the people that support me, man, thank you so much, and you're not going to be disappointed. I just can't wait to get in there again. You know what I mean? It feels like this one has worn off already. I mean, this win has worn off already. I want to get back in. I've already been thinking about, You know, I'm already thinking about shit. Today I spent the day watching some videos, you know, on just things. And I was watching an Aikido, yo. Did you ever see that Aikido? There's like this karate thing that these guys stand together, yeah, and they're in the gi, and they literally punch and kick the body only. It's a mad looking sport. But then they do these like rolling flip kicks and all, man. It's some crazy shit. So I'm just back I'm just back doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Fucking trying to learn, trying to grow, and just add some new shit. It'd be nice to catch one of them rolling kicks somewhere down the line, definitely. But I don't even know what the fuck we were talking about. They were talking about them.
Hey, I can put you in touch with my good friend, the Honorable Sensei Segal, who is an Aikido master. He could teach you a thing or two. Is that what you're trying to say? Do you want me to hook you up with Sensei Segal?
No. I'm a Chuck Norris man, Ariel. You know that, yeah? So fuck Seagal, yeah? No. I'm a Chuck Norris man, yeah. Do you know what would be great? You know the way they walk out with Steven Seagal, man? I would love to walk out with Chuck Norris, man. That for me would be the shit, man. Have you got a contact there for Chuck now?
Well, let's see what happens.
Get him on board and I'll stroll out with him on my back. You know what I mean? That'd be fucking sweet. I'm surprised no one's tried to do that before, because Chuck Norris is the fucking man, yeah? You don't fuck with Chuck Norris.
Well, on Fox Sports 1, the launch of that network, to come out with Chuck Norris is quite the entrance. So you put it out there.
Ariel, you're the man for that, yeah? You start tweeting to Chuck. I don't even, because I just follow this page and it's not really Chuck Norris, you know what I mean? But it's all the Chuck Norris jokes and that are absolutely hilarious. But if you know someone who knows someone who raps someone, and if you know someone who knows someone who can get in touch with Chuck Norris, you do that, mate, yeah? Because that man is more than welcome to join my entourage. Yeah, the man's a living legend.
Look at you, always taking. Haven't I done enough trying to get the fight on the main card, people's main event? Always asking for more, aren't you?
Yeah. Sorry?
Always asking for a little more out of me. I mean, I feel like this is a one-way street.
Well, yeah, you got it going as well for me, the people's main event, and man, I appreciate that very much. And since the first show we done, you know what I mean? That blew up after the first show, and it's at the blown up after the debut as well. But even before, you know, just from that interview with you on that show, you know what I mean, it all hit the roof then. So now we have a good little thing going, me and you, Ariel. So let's keep it going, yeah.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but one of my signature videos is I go somewhere and I walk around town with someone. I do it for a full hour, and people have said they want me to go to Dublin and walk around town with you. Are you down for that?
Yeah, 100%. Let's do it.
All right.
That sounds good to me, yeah.
All right, cool. Well, Conor, for now, we appreciate it. Congratulations. Enjoy it. Have some blueberries. Have some chicken pizza. I don't know what else you're eating over there.
Yeah, what did you think of that chicken pizza?
I stared at that picture for like 10 minutes. I didn't understand what it was, but it looked amazing.
That is the nicest paleo dish you're ever going to get in your life, yeah? What you do is you get 3 chicken fillets, an egg, put it into a raw, yeah, you put it into a food processor, waz it up with a little garlic and a little chili powder, and make it into like a snot. It literally goes like snot, yeah. Take it out then and put it into a tray, put it out like a base of a pizza, stick it into the oven 15 minutes, take it out, stick some tomatoes, waz up some tomatoes in the food processor, some chili paste, some tomato paste, some fresh basil, butter, or put the sauce on top of the pizza, on top of the chicken base, and then start packing it with more shit. I packed it with like lamb, mince, chicken, sausages, avocado, onions, peppers, chickpeas, and stuck it back in the oven for 15-20 minutes more. And it was the fucking nicest thing I've ever had in my life, Ariel. Yeah, like that. See, Shredded Joe's. Yeah, that might be Shredded Joe's signature dish. Yeah,
that's what I was thinking about. That's a victory pizza if I've ever heard of one.
Yeah. Lean and clean, yeah.
Well, that's great, Conor. Enjoy it. Take it all in, and then we look forward to what's next for you. Something tells me we'll talk to you before August 17th again, but enjoy everything. And once again, congratulations, and thanks for giving us a few minutes of your time today.
No problem, Mario. Thank you so much, mate. Thank you very much.
There he is.
The
notorious one, Conor McGregor, stopping by. Unbelievable stuff out of him. He is the latest sensation in the UFC, defeating Marcus Brimage in 67 seconds and winning the Knockout of the Night award, $60,000 richer. He now has a pot to piss in. He now has more money to buy suits, perhaps even a car. Let us go to the Skype machine and welcome in our good pal, Mr. Hollywood. Look at this guy with the sunglasses. Now he's late to the show. Before he was begging me to be on. What's that?
What's that say on them?
Oh, is that Gucci? I can't see it.
Ray-Ban.
Oh, Ray-Ban, you could do better than that.
Or Ray-Bion, if you're from Paris.
Look at this guy. All of a sudden, where's the dicky bow?
No, I left the dicky bow off.
Uh,
What's happening, bud?
What a difference a few months makes, huh? I mean, last time you're sitting back, you're on a kind of.
It's only a pair of shades, Ariel, yeah?
Oh, well, I sense an aura. I sense an aura. It's oozing out of you.
Yeah. Did you not sense that the first time, no?
To be honest, I did. Do you feel like a different person?
No, like I said to you before, I always felt like the champ. I always felt like this was going on. This was all going on in my head. Now it's just happening in real life. There's a guy. See that guy there is following me around the documentary?
Wow.
Hello. There's another guy. See this guy right here?
Yeah.
I put him to sleep today.
You choked him out?
He wanted to know. We were just talking about being choked out and talking about chokes and talking about jiu-jitsu, and he ended up getting the balls up to him. He wanted to see what it was like, so I put him in a rear naked choke, and we got it on footage. It's going to be on the documentary, and it was funny. He started shaking, and it was pretty fun, yeah.
And what's this?
But kill guys.
Well, what's this documentary you're talking about?
This is going to be on the national broadcaster. It's RTE. It's a big TV station in Ireland, and these guys are following me around the past couple of months. They were in Vegas.
Wow.
Coming to Boston, so RTE are splashing out. They see MMA, and they see the growth, and they see where this is going, and this documentary is going to just put it in that spotlight that bit more, I'm happy to be a part of it, putting mixed martial arts and martial arts in general in the spotlight here in my country. I felt like this was what I was put here for, you know what I mean? So I'm going to represent it in a good light by strangling their director. By strangling the producer live on air.
Oh gosh! And this is a big channel. Is this the channel that late show is on as well? This is a big network, right?
Yeah. It's the biggest TV station in Ireland. Yes, the national broadcaster. So it's a big deal,
And are you surprised all this is happening this quickly? I mean, you're only 1-0 in the UFC, but it feels like in some ways you're 10-0 by the attention and by the buzz surrounding you.
Yeah, I don't know, I don't get phased, I don't get comfortable, I don't get complacent. I went out for dinner with the Don, and we went there, had a meal, and I was saying to him, just because we're here now and you're bringing me out for these meals and shit, don't think I'm going to get comfortable, don't think I'm going to do what a lot of other schmucks have done. They got lazy, they got sloppy, sluggish, and come fight time they show up and they're out of shape. Their shots are off, they're not firing. Me, I don't get complacent. If anything, these kind of things and all this going on spurs me to work harder, I use it as a motivation.
So what was that like, you and Dana White? I saw a video of you guys driving down Las Vegas Boulevard like Thelma and Louise, squealing like little girls. It looked like you were having the time of your life. It looked like a great time.
Don't be hating. It was crazy. I was only saying to her, I've been doing interviews all week, but I was only saying to a guy yesterday, I used to drive my girlfriend's little Peugeot 206, and I don't really have Peugeot 206s over in America or wherever you are, but they're little small bangers, yeah. And there was smoke coming out of the engine. It used to shake down the road, but in my head, I was cruising down the Las Vegas Strip in a soft top Ferrari F430 with the Dom beside me. You know what I mean? And then fast forward 5 years, and what happens? I'm cruising down the strip in a soft top Ferrari F430 with the Don. You know what I mean? So I don't know. In my head, this was always going on. I'm borderline insane, Ariel. Yeah. and that's what makes me so damn dangerous.
And that's why people love you so much. Why do you think he likes you so much? It seems like he has taken a real liking to you.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. He's from Southie, which is like the Irish part of Boston, I don't know why. I don't think any other prelim guys that have fought one show on the prelim have gone out with the Don. I don't even think main eventers are going out with the fucking Don. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm sure I'm Irish. He has some Irish in him as well. That Boston heritage, that Irish heritage that all those Boston people have. And I come to fight. He can see that. Surely he can see. I come to fight. I'm not fucking about here. I'm not here to be a token Irish guy, shake no one's hand. I'm here to go forward and go at every single one of them. You know what I mean? I stay in shape, I stay ready, and I don't know. I suppose all those things maybe make him like me. You know what I mean? But honestly, I don't know.
This is a guy
I ain't complaining.
This is a guy who's been around the fight game for a long time, and he talks often about guys getting big heads and having people hanging around them, things like that. Did he give you advice about, now that you're entering this new chapter of your career, what not to do?
No, he didn't really say not what to do, what not to do. We were just talking about everything. Like, literally, I was with him for 6 hours. Just me and him. We went, got some food and a nice steak place to give us. He hooked me up with this Kobe beef. You ever have that Kobe beef?
Oh yeah, it's nice.
It's the massage beef shipped in from Bangkok, or Taiwan or something. But it's serious beef. But no, we were just talking about. To be honest, we were talking about everything. He never really gave me. He just said, I don't know what he said. To be honest, I can't even remember. I was in a blur. Honestly, I felt drunk. Yeah, I felt drunk floating around. It was like back after Sweden when I went backstage and everything felt like a video game. It felt like a video game, but instead of the UFC game, which is what I felt like the last time, it felt a bit more like Grand Theft Auto this time. Yeah, floating around the soft Ferrari. It was
surreal, right? Surreal would probably be
surreal. And I just told him, look, I see other people's mistakes, and people thinking they're part of the promotion and they're part of the furniture, and they can show up sluggish and they can be Mr. Media, you know what I mean? But that's not me. I don't get comfortable. I'm always looking for the uncomfortable, you know what I mean? So I don't get complacent. This only makes me work harder, you know what I mean? I mean, it's business at the end of the day. Whether we go out for a meal and go, you know what I mean, go out and float about Vegas and do some shit, it's still business at the end of the day, and business is not personal. So I come in shape. I come to fight regardless of result, win or lose. People are going to want to see me, you know what I mean? And August 17th, once again, I will prove that, you know what I mean, and go get myself get paid again, because I'm running low, Ari, you know what I mean? I have a gambling problem, and
oh no,
I have a shopping addiction, and so those things spur me on, you know what I mean? So I need to get back in there and start making some money again, you know what I mean?
What are you gambling on?
Absolutely everything. I'd gamble on the weather tomorrow, yeah, if you want to give me odds, but. No, see, we had this bookies, that Paddy Power, it's like the big bookmakers over here, and they were sponsoring me, and it all went ahead. The UFC allowed the logo inside the octagon. It was a big deal for me, and last minute it fell through, but they gave me a few quid as a token or something. They stuck money in the account, so I've been literally up all night in this Paddy Power account.
Do you bet on MMA?
I bet on MMA. Anthony Parash, the hippo?
Get out of here. You bet on him?
The hippopotamus let me down $6,000, yeah. But I had €700 on an accumulator, which is about $1,000. But and Al Parash, what? 40-year-old, who'd have thought that? But fair play to him, you know what I mean? But
you bet against him. You bet against him.
I bet for Magalhaes, yeah. Well, I had a big accumulator. I had a load of fights on. I had a load of the guys. You know? Of course, I bet on all the fights. I always bet on the fights, but that one just recently, Parash upset me with his, what was it, 14 second?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Now, will you bet on yourself?
Sorry?
Will you bet on yourself?
Am I allowed to bet on myself? Because people are saying I can't bet on myself. I don't know whether that's allowed. You know what I mean? I don't know why it isn't allowed. Why if I bet on myself to whoop someone's ass? I mean, it's not as if I'm betting against myself. Then obviously there's something funky about that.
Right.
But if I'm betting on me to win, how is that not allowed? So people are telling me I can't bet on myself, but I don't know. I might just give someone some money and maybe put a bet on. But I don't know. I don't really want to think it. That's the. Although I have a gambling problem and all that shit, but I don't. I don't think about gambling myself, you know what I mean? I have the fight ahead of me, you know what I mean? But to be honest, I might do a little accumulator on the rest of the card, you know what I mean?
That's
some good fights on that card.
Now,
good fight.
What's the most expensive?
Again, Harry, who's gonna steal the show?
What's that?
Tell me again who's going to steal the show.
Well, I told you it's the people's main event, right? Is this the people's main event? You versus Max Holloway?
What?
Is this the people's main event? I don't know if it has the same kind of panache as you versus Marcus Brimage.
Well, the opponent does not come into the equation. This is my show. Yeah, this is the Irish coming home era, coming to Boston. You know what I mean? The Irish men are coming home to its native land, Boston, United States. So the opponent does not come into the equation. I am the main event. You know what I mean? So you can stick me in that main event, and you know quite well it's not going to turn heads. You know what I mean? I'm going to steal the show every time. So
were you disappointed when Ogle backed out and you were now fighting Holloway?
I'm emotionless to it, Ariel. You know what I mean? Like I said a million times before, I don't know how many times I'm going to say it again. The opponent does not come into the equation. There is no opponent. You know what I mean? But Andy pulled out. He had staph infection, 25 weeks out of the fight. You know what I mean? Or 6 weeks out of the fight or whatever. But staph infection is a little bit of cream and some antibiotics for 5 days max. So you have to train on your own for 5 days. You know what I mean? The fight was 6 weeks away, but it is what it is. He pulled out. I don't complain, I don't bitch, I don't moan. I mean, the fact that we had to travel around, he had to travel as well, to Canada, to Vegas. We had to do that little round trip to get the visa sorted because there was all sort of problems to get the visa sorted.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure that swayed his decision. But like I said, I don't bitch, I don't moan, I get it done. This is the thing, I stay in shape. I can travel around and disrupt my training because I'm always in shape. You know what I mean? I squeeze it in anywhere. I don't bitch, I don't moan, I get it done. And I'll find out I will come and perform, you know what I mean? And I know that Don Juan's going to have a nice 6-figure there for me. 6-figure check. Fuck them bonuses, yeah? I'm finished with them bonuses. Now I want the little sly backhanders that no one even knows about, yeah? They're the ones I'm after.
I know you watched 163. What do you think of Aldo's performance? Are you ready for this, man?
Yeah, I stay ready. There is, again, Ardo, come on. There is no opponent, you know what I mean? This is my division. This is my time. If you think I couldn't slot in there in either place of those two guys last week, then you need to take a closer look, my friend, because I am born ready. I stay ready so I don't have to get ready. And I don't fear none of these guys. I will go forward. I will go at them. Do you think I'm ready?
I think someone was asking me yesterday about the featherweight division, right? And I said, obviously, Ricardo Lamas, I think he deserves it. But I think the guy that people aren't talking about, I mean, obviously they're talking about you. I think you're 2 fights away, honestly. And I wouldn't be surprised. You win this fight, let's say, they'll probably maybe try to put you in Manchester. And then the next one, I think you'll probably get it. Honestly, with the buzz.
I wouldn't be surprised, Ariel. I bring a whole nation with me. A whole nation of crazy Irish motherfuckers are behind me. You know what I mean? Not many people can say that. So I'm carrying the whole nation with me in there. I come to perform, I talk the talk, and I walk the walk. You know what I mean? So August 17th, I'm going to prove my worth once again. And then whatever's after that. You know what I mean? This is my world title. I'm defending my belt here on August 17th. You know what I mean? This is the way I approach it. So they want to give me, if they want to give me that title shot, it's all good. I'm ready to go. I'm always ready. They didn't give me the welterweight title shot. I'll slot in there and swing for the fences. You know what I mean? I'll go for it. I come to fight. I come to perform. I'm ready.
Is it true back at UFC 93, I heard this yesterday, that you were going up to people and saying, I'm Conor McGregor, and this was a few years back, I'm Conor McGregor, I will be in the UFC very soon, remember my name, something to that extent. Is that true?
UFC was in Dublin, yeah?
Yeah. UFC 93.
UFC 93 was Dublin, yeah. Well, I'll go way back before that. My very first UFC event was UFC 85 in London, the O2 Arena. Matt Hughes, Thiago Alves. And at the end of the thing, that was when I seen Bruce Buffer, and I started saying to Bruce Buffer, hey, say my name, Bruce. And now entering the octagon, the Notorious, and he got my name mixed up. But I didn't just see Bruce. I also saw... Shit, I'm after forgetting the referee. I saw one of the referees and I said, hey, take a good look at his face, because you're going to be rescuing people from this guy soon enough, yeah? And the referee just looked at me like I was nuts. And then Dana was there as well. I said, hey, Dana, how much have you got in your pocket right now this second? And he literally just looked at me and didn't answer, so he probably thought that was a bit disrespectful. But I don't know, I was only a little kid running around UFC 85, seeing all these little stars and just running amok, you know what I mean? And then UFC 93 came along, I had a little bit, my teammate was in there. I was only a nipper, you know what I mean? Only a youngin'. And I'm sure I was floating around telling people I was going to be in there as well, like I was every day and like I always am, you know what I mean? I was confident, I am confident, you know what I mean? So I always knew this is here, you know what I mean? Honestly, I saw it before my eyes and I swear I can't stop it. No one can stop this, you know what I mean? But what I visualize just seems to keep happening over and over, you know what I mean? It seems to be coming to reality and there's not a damn thing anyone can do about it.
Conor, you mentioned the people that you have behind you, and a lot of your Irish fans are telling me. Are you the most beloved?
Hang on a minute. D-Tron, yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that shirt. That's a nice shirt. How's the hair looking?
It's just a. I'm gonna get a cut, to be honest. There's another one. There was this guy, this barber crew, want to offer me a few quid and they cut my hair and they give me a few quid to have the logo in the shorts, but I don't know, I think that fell through, but I don't know, I'm just going to get maybe a short back in size, you know what I mean, a crew or a, what you call it, short back in size, you know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're gonna keep the beard though, right?
This beard goes nowhere, early. Yeah? And here, I trimmed it a few times, and then every time I trim it, I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't have trimmed. I always regret trimming it.
Don't trim it.
You know what I
Don't
mean?
trim it.
Now I'm just gonna let it go, and I give it a little massage every now and again. But
So you
what do you
mentioned.
think of it?
I look, if you listen to my show, and I know you are a loyal listener of my show, we are beard
Yeah, I
aficionados
am
here.
your show. Yeah, I am your show. I tell you what. Next time I'm on, I want the percentage of that pay-per-view shit you got going on with this MMA hour. Yeah.
Yeah, well, don't come late next time. I mean, all of a sudden you're coming 50 minutes
Well,
late.
pay me then, and I'll be on time. You know what I mean? If the UFC want me there, I'm there on time with a bell on, yeah?
Oh,
In
okay.
shape. You want me on for free, I'm going to take my time, I'm going to eat some food, I'm going to pick out what shades I'm going to wear for this interview. You know what I mean? Because I've got a few of these now.
You talked about the fans, Conor. Are you the most beloved? Are you the most famous fighter in Ireland to come out of Ireland since Steve Collins? You know Steve Collins, right?
Steve Collins, man, a legend. Steve Collins is an Irish legend, and we have many boxing legends from our great nation. You know what I mean? And I don't know, it seems to be going that way. I seem to be the face of combat in my country. Like I said, I carry a nation with me, of people with me in there, and this is only the beginning. I am the first of many. There's many guys to come behind me. There's many of us that are ready right now. You know, like I said before, we stay ready. But Steve Collins is a fucking legendary, yeah. Funny enough, I drop over to his brother. His brother has a gym, a pro boxing gym over in just out about a couple of minutes away from my house. His name is Pascal Collins. It's called the Celtic Warrior Gym. And funny enough, he used to live in Boston, and I used to have a gym in Boston and all. But I head over and train with those guys, and they are true legends of Irish combat.
You're a fan of his.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Steve Collins and the Collins brothers, man. They're really nice people as well, hard workers, and they've got a knowledge of the boxing game, you know what I mean, that I soak up anytime I head over that way, you know what I mean. I get some good sparring over there, some good tough guys. We have a great history of boxing in our nation, so all the young Irish up and coming pros and all the amateurs, and I'm just waiting for their big break as well, so I head over to that gym, some top quality pros over there, and get some top quality sparring.
Well, Conor, I'm happy you have that crew there, because you know our show, we're second to none. We make magic. Say hello to Steve Collins. He's on the line right now.
Steve Collins.
How you doing, Conor?
What's up, Steve, man? How are you, man? That's fucking nuts. How did you know you were going to be on the show?
Listen,
are you in?
Let me say something, okay? What's called the short back size in Boston is called a flat top, all right? So when you're going to get a haircut over there, you go in and ask for a flat top.
Yeah. But you were in Boston as well, Steve, yeah?
I am indeed. I just want to say one thing, Conor. You know, you're one of the greatest fighters I've ever seen, and I'm glad I'm retired.
Steve, man, thank you so much, man. This is absolutely crazy. I did not expect this to be going down. How's Pascal and all? I was trying to drop that. Pascal's away at the minute, isn't he? I was trying to drop down yesterday. I texted his pro, Stephen Orman, to meet up for sparring.
He said, if you'd wanted to become a professional fighter, he's no doubt in his mind he's going to be the best in the world. He's not the best. He said, you've got the heart, determination, the dedication, and the single mind and focus that it takes to become a champion. And that's what you have, and that's why you're going to be so successful. And people are going to talk about you for a long time. You are the new Celtic Warrior. I'm the old news. You're the latest news.
Yes. You're the greatest, I'm the latest, Steve, yeah? Oh, man, Steve, I swear to God. Hold on 2 minutes, Steve. I'm going to go out and do a few sprints, yeah? Because that's at the pumping me up right there.
This is amazing. Steve, what do you think of this guy? Do you think he can be a champion? Do you think he has what it takes, the demeanor, the style, the aggressiveness? What do you think of him?
It's once in a lifetime someone special comes along with who's a complete package, and as long as Conor keeps going and doing what he's doing, there's no doubt in my mind and the minds of all his fans and followers, he will be one of the greatest fighters that the world's ever seen for a long time. He doesn't take any shortcuts. He's got so much natural talent, but he doesn't rely on his natural talent. He works really hard. He's dedicated. He takes no shortcuts, and he's got so much natural ability. So it's an absolute pleasure to have him go out there and represent our nation when he fights all over the world, because he enhances the reputation of Irish fighters. People like him as well. We have such a good name in the fight game.
Conor, I'm getting goosebumps listening to this. What's your reaction?
Steve, man, I am blown away here. Honestly, I am in shock. I'm shaking here. You're an Irish legend, man, and to hear those words,
honestly, I'm going to go run 10 miles right now. I was in doing 15 rounds sparring, a fresh guy every round just there about 2 hours ago. And I'm going to go run 10 miles because of that, yeah? And just, I swear to
Conor,
God,
I'm
man,
only
that's at the
saying it
pump of
because
me
it's
up big
true.
time.
If it wasn't true, I wouldn't say it.
Connor, you used to watch Steve. You have memories of watching him and dreaming of being what he was to your country and now doing the same. Did you
Yeah.
used to think of this?
He was a legend, man. I remember when he whooped Chris Eubank, you know what I mean? Whooped his ass. I remember watching that back in the day. I was only a little nipper, you know what I mean, man? Honestly, I'm in shock here, and I honestly don't know what to
You're
say here, you know what
speechless.
I
You're
mean?
finally speechless.
Every time I go down to Pascal's gym in Blanchardstown, the Celtic Warrior gym, I'm welcomed with open arms, and you know they are such good people, and they are legends of the combat game in Ireland. And to hear them words coming from a legend like Steve Collins, I am speechless for the first time in my life, Ariel. Yeah, you know that.
And Steve, are you going to watch Connor's fight next weekend, August 17th? It's a big fight for him.
Absolutely. I've obviously got a new interest in the game because Conor, is so exciting to watch, and he's been so successful. But I actually think these guys, what he does, I think they're all absolutely crazy. No money would pay me to get in a fight them guys. I thought boxing was a dangerous game till I came across guys like Conor McGregor, and them guys, they scare me. So I want to be his friend forever, you know?
Oh man, Steve, are you in Boston right now, or are you in Ireland?
No, I'm in London at the moment.
Man, if you can make it over to Boston, that would be something special.
I would love to go to Boston. Boston, my eldest daughter was born there. I fought my first world title there. I had most of my professional memories have all been in Boston and Brockton, Massachusetts. It's like a second home to me. And my wife and I go there to visit friends and relatives, and it's a great town. And Conor, you will love Boston. And more importantly, I guarantee you, the Boston fight fans are going to love you. They're so like us in their way of thinking and the way they live, that you're going to be at home. And do me a favour, go down to Southie and say hello to all my old friends down there. And don't hang around the bars too much, because it will undo all your hard work, okay?
Yeah, I will do, Steve, man. I swear to God, I hope Dana White maybe is watching this, and maybe we can get you flown over to Boston and walk out with me, because here's one for you. It's only me and my coach John going over because of all the troubles getting visas and things like that. So literally, and then I have another guy in Boston, Tom Egan, the guy that I started training with back in the day. He lives over in Boston now. He's married to a Boston woman, so he's a US citizen. So it's going to be me, John, and Tom. And then I don't have another corner man. There's one space left there for another corner man. If there's somehow that could happen, that you can get over there and walk out with me.
Some dollars
I would be
on the flight. And if he brings me over there, I won't charge for appearance money, because it would be an honour to be just, part of your corner.
Wow, we can make this happen.
I tell you what, tell Dana White too, while he's over there, see if you can get that Roy Jones into the ring. I'll fight Roy Jones MMA.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
I'll show him what Dublin guys are made of.
I've heard about that, Steve. You recently got relicensed. You want that fight. You've been looking for it for almost 10 years, right?
15 years, and you know what? He should have been a sprinter. He can run.
Connor, you want it?
Oh, Steve, I swear to God, a 20-mile run I'm going to run there, yeah? I feel like tweet Roy Jones. Tweet Roy Jones right now, Ariel. Tell him what
Jones and whoever.
Connor, do you want to see that fight? Do you want to see Steve versus Roy Jones?
I would love to see that fight. Yeah, I would pay top dollar to see that fight. Like everyone in our nation would pay to see that fight. Steve Collins is an Irish legend. He'll go down in history, you know what I mean? He's a living legend. And to see him get in and whoop Roy Jones Jr., man, what a spectacle that would be.
What'd you say, Steve?
Listen, run this past Dana White. He loves Irish guys, especially those that can fight. And he's going to get two of the best for a long time. He's going to get the old and the new together in one ring and one night in one stadium. Not fighting each other, obviously.
I'll whoop Roy myself, Steve. Yeah, the way you put me up here, yeah? Fucking hell.
Well, he seems
Dana's all over that.
Yeah.
Dana's all over that. That's going to happen, man. That's going to happen down the line. I can feel that now, yeah?
Steve, Roy is kind of flirting with MMA. We see him with the Anderson Silva, Rampage Jackson, but you're saying, hold up, you want a piece of him first.
Oh, look, maybe they want to end his career. He's been running for 15 years. We
don't mess around. We don't mess around over here, Ariel, in our little nation of Ireland. We are a nation of warriors. We come to fight. And Steve has been retired for a while now. But the thing is, that love of competition, it never leaves you. That fight that you have in you, that age doesn't come into the equation. Once you are a fighter, you are a fighter, and it never leaves you.
Let me tell you, Conor, you never lose your power.
Come back, man.
You never lose your heart. That's with you forever.
That's amazing.
Yeah, man, Steve, you're a legend.
Steve, any parting words for Conor McGregor as he prepares to go to Boston to fight there for the first time, the biggest fight of his career?
All I can say is, Conor, when you go in there, you're going to absorb an atmosphere. You're going to feel at home in Boston, because Boston is our town. I'm telling you now, when you walk in there, it's like fighting in your own backyard, and only it's multiplied. It's like fighting at home, with a home crowd, because Boston is just like being home. The people will love you, and your style of fighting and the way you fight, you won't want to leave that town afterwards. I promise you, it's where you're going to make history, and it's where you're going to win your world title. And I hope to be there sometime to see you live and be part of the great history you're going to leave behind you in your era.
Man, Steve Collins, thank you so much, and I will carry that tricolour high and rock it with pride. Thank you so much for them kind words, man. I'm blown away.
Yeah, welcome. It's a pleasure to have this conversation with you, and it's a pleasure to hear you, to talk about me the way you do, because coming from you, it's a real compliment, and thank you for the confidence, Conor. And I'm delighted to have had this conversation with you, and I wish you all the best. And I've no doubt you're going to be world champion. You just will. It's just there. You're made to be champion. It's only a matter of time.
Thank you so much, man. I swear to God, 20 miles. This camera crew's going to follow me 20-mile run, yeah?
Thank you very much, Steve. We appreciate you calling in. I know how much this meant to Conor, and good luck getting that fight against Roy Jones.
No, it's my pleasure. If it comes off, it comes off. We see what happens, but it's not what I want to try and from my end.
I'm going to start the campaign.
And all the best, and to all my friends and old mates in Boston, I hope all's well, and I send my love, and I hope to be back there soon again for another vacation. Thank you.
There he is, Steve Collins. Conor,
wow.
Only here. You came late. You tried to big time us. You tried to give us the big boy stance. But how about that? Steve Collins.
yeah. I'm not afraid to admit I was put in my place there, man. Steve Collins is an Irish hero. He's my hero, you know what I mean? This is an Irish warrior that's around since as long as I can remember. And to hear those kind of words and just to be speaking to him, man, I swear to God, I'm pumped up here. I'm even more so ready now, you know. I honestly, I don't know what to say. I'm blown away here, you know what I mean? I'm blown away.
This kind of comes at a great time for you. You're about to leave. This, I mean, knowing how much he means to you, this gives you that kind of extra push, right? Not that you really needed it, but it feels like I could feel it that you're actually moved by this.
Yeah. I'm prepared to die in here, Ariel. Yeah, and if you come up against me, you better be prepared to give your life, because I am prepared to take it.
All right.
You know, and hearing those words from Steve, that just magnifies that. You know what I mean? That just makes me even more so like that. You know what I mean? That Irish spirit. I carry that Irish spirit in there. And win, lose or draw, I'll leave it all in there. You know, I will approach the fight. You know, I will go forward. I will be spontaneous. I will be creative, and I will give it my all every single time.
Well, that was an amazing moment. I got goosebumps just listening to you interact with Steve Collins and seeing your reaction and feeling your reaction. Great stuff. Conor, pleasure as always to have you on, even though you came late. No hard feelings. I'll let it go.
Next time, yeah?
Good luck over there in Boston, and maybe I'll run into you. If you win the fight, we'll get to do a post-fight interview. How about that?
Are you over there, yeah?
Of course. Are you kidding me? First show?
I'll definitely run into you. What are you talking about? I will definitely run into you.
All right.
If I win the fight, you know I'll win the fight. Say it now. Who's going to win the fight?
I think you're going to win.
My man. Thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure. And thank you for bringing Steve Collins. That means so much to me. And I know everyone from my nation who was tuning in here to this is going to be blown away by that. You know, that's front page news right there. I'm honored. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, Conor. Always a pleasure, and we'll talk to you next week in Boston.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
There he is, the notorious one, Conor McGregor, stopping by. A great moment there. Love doing that, and I want to thank Anthony Evans over at the UFC for helping make that happen. A brilliant moment. If you don't know who Steve Collins is, one of the true Irish legends when it comes to combat sports, the Celtic Warrior, as they called him, a guy who retired several years back, but recently came out as he approaches 50 that he got his license again and is searching for that fight against Roy Jones. He once said that he would go to Roy Jones's house and fight him for free in his driveway. That's how much he wanted to fight him. For whatever reason, it never panned out. And you can hear, and that's why I kind of set him up. We knew this was going to happen. You can hear how fighters like Conor speak about someone like Steve Collins, a guy who really, at one point, helped put Irish combat sports on the map, and now he is really the Steve Collins 2.0. I mean, who else coming out of Ireland right now in combat sports is getting the attention, the notoriety, the spotlight that this man is commanding? And that was a fun moment. That was an awesome moment. I really enjoyed that. So thank you very much to Steve Collins. Thank you very much to Conor McGregor for stopping by. And, of course, you can see him in action August 17th in Boston. Only on the MMA Hour, my friends. Only on the MMA Hour we make those moments happen. Let's go to the Skype machine and welcome in. There he is, the man with the beard. Conor, how are you?
What's up, man? How are you, bud?
I'm doing great. Okay, a lot to talk to you about here. Oh, and he's brushing it. I like it. You haven't trimmed it. You haven't trimmed that thing, right?
No. I'm never ever gonna trim it. Yeah, I trimmed it once or twice, and I always regret it straight away. So I'm never gonna trim it again.
Okay, a lot to talk to you about, and I love it. Keep it going. How is the knee doing? You had the ACL surgery. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna show you real quick.
Oh.
You see it?
Oh yeah. Whoa. Wow.
I mean, look at the muscle definition in that leg. the physio said that's unheard of, to have my muscle definition back, you know. They shaved it as well, so it was like a little bitch leg for a while. No hairs on a little skinny ass leg, but I'm getting the muscle back, and I'm putting in the workout here, you know, following the identical route that GSP took, you know, same surgeon, same everything, you know what I mean, same rehab. And he was 10 months, and the surgeon reckoned he could have been back earlier. So my physio reckons I'll be back full training in 6 months. The way I'm going, you know what I mean? I'm a super freak. I'm a specimen of movement, and I feel good. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna keep a positive head and get it done.
Now
there's a lot of ass weapons to be handed out, Ariel. You know what I mean? So
yes, of course, and we will get to that.
I'm gonna get back fast. I'm out here on my own. You know what I mean? Out here in LA doing it rough. On my own, don't have no family, don't have no friends. I'm in a little room on my own. I have my management team paradigm come by every now and again to look after me. And then, of course, the UFC, making sure everything is looked after as well. But really, I'm on my own here. You know what I mean? Doing it. You know, dedicating myself to this. This is just a new phase to what's going on in my story. You know, another chapter that I will overcome.
Now, why are you in California and not in your home country where you're more comfortable of Ireland?
Just because, yeah, well, I mean, the surgeon was out here, the best surgeon they had, you know, the guy that worked on Kobe, the guy that worked on George, the guy that worked on Tom Brady, and the rehab setup is really good out here, you know. So I'm going home now at the end of the month. I'm throwing a big party. If you want to come?
Yes. But, am I invited?
Of course you're invited, yeah. No fat chicks, yeah. Don't bring Mrs. Helwani.
Whoa, Conor. Now you may have crossed the line, my friend. I will beat you down. I will beat you where you stand.
Nah, bro. Yeah, what are we talking about again?
We're talking about why you're in California, so you say it's better there. But let me ask you.
I mean, the rehab is top notch out here. You know what I mean? I'm in here, like, they just know, not that it's not bad back home, you know, but I'm going to go home now at the end of this month and see what kind of rehab is back home and what kind of setup is back home. But the setup is too good out here. You know what I mean? Honestly, I'll do anything. I will do anything it takes to get me back full health and quicker than everyone else. I plan on setting records here, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm going to set records on this return. People are going to study me, study this injury, and study how I came back from this. At the same time, though, I'm going to listen to instructions. I'm not going to do something. I'm not going to rush it either. You know, I'm well aware that you rush this injury and you're right back to square one. You know what I mean? So I'll take instructions. But honestly, I'm planning on setting records here.
Were you shocked when you found out do you have like a manservant there, or what's going on? Someone giving you tea? What kind of?
Yeah. He's works for my management team, Ryan. He's a nice guy.
Oh, Ryan's the best.
Bringing food and looking after me and shit. Literally, I've been in this hotel the past while now. You know what I mean? After that surgery, it's tough on the mind. You know, you're just in bed. You're just locked in bed, and you know what I mean, dwelling over everything. And you're damn right, it was a shock. You know what I mean? I only found out on Twitter. I was already planning my next contest. You know what I mean? I was going at everyone. My next contest was a top 10 opponent. There's no doubt in my mind. I believe Diego Brandao got that fight that I was supposed to get against Poirier in, I don't even know what date that was scheduled for, but I believe that was my fight. But anyway, I was going at everyone. You know what I mean? I was planning my next contest, my next time getting in there. And then I goes on Twitter and I sees this thing that Dana White tweeted. Fox Sports has just announced, or Fox Sports
McGregor injury, 10 months, ACL, MCL, PCL, fucking all sorts of CLs. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting there in shock. My heart is in me. My heart's at the coming out my arse area. You know what I mean? So, and then a message goes on from Dana and fucking, the beard is glorious and you know it, Ariel.
It is good. I'm jealous.
It's getting nice and thick and everything. Right? See a man Healy.
Yeah.
Kept Nurma Dirk got on and Blade and started saying, I made him cut the beard, man. That's horrendous, that is. He must like fighting women or something. What's the story with that? Leave the guy's beard alone, you know what I mean? You make him cut his beard and then give him an ass whooping. That's got to sting bad for Healy, you know what I mean? But
what if the commission tells you to shave that for your next fight? What do you do? What kind of stink do you put up?
Honestly, I was thinking about it, but we're gonna have problems. I don't know what'll happen. It's not happening, Aaron. You know what I mean? Trust me when I tell you this as well. Fighting a guy with a beard compared to fighting a guy who's freshly shaved. If I was to freshly shave head and freshly shave my face and the stubble off the bald head and the stubble off the thing, when someone's fighting for head control and that hits your chin and stuff, it rips you to shreds. You know what I mean? A beard is a little bit of cushion. You know what I mean? Beard is not. Don't fear the beard. You know what I mean? Don't fuck with the beards. Like.
How much do you hate Dustin Kimura today? You tweeted a picture that he screwed up your parlay. You would have won 11,000 euros. Is that correct?
Yeah, I don't hate the guy. He dropped him with a body shot and everything. And it's just one of those things, isn't it? But to be honest, I rushed that one. I always do studying on it. You know what I mean? I like to. I've limited myself now to only betting on the fights. You know what I mean? It's what I specialize at. You know what I mean? I specialize in this game, and so like you could have caught me at 4 a.m. one time betting on. Let's say I'm betting on these live bets. Just go online and these live bets, and the matches are like 5 minutes from over, and it's 0-0. And I'd bet that it's going to remain a draw. You know what I mean? So let's say there's 3 or 4 of them in a row. I'd bank 3 or 4 of them in a row real quick and stick a few quid. That was where I was at for a while. You know what I mean? So I stopped doing that. Now I'm only betting on the fights, but I rushed that one. You know what I mean, I didn't study the other guy as much. You know, I thought Dustin was an undefeated guy. He's in Holloway's camp. I don't know. I just kind of liked him. I liked his style and. I don't know, he let me down. What can you do? It would have been a nice few quid.
So we've asked every guest on the show thus far. We've had Uriah Faber, Chael Sonnen, Dan Hardy, Chris Weidman. We wanted to get everyone's take on this. Now I'll ask your take. Who won the fight between John Jones and Alexander Gustafsson?
In my eyes, they both won. You know what I mean? They should have brought out a second belt. Just handed the two of them belts because that was a special contest. You know what I mean? Gustafsson good in the pocket, his boxing, you know, man. John Jones dynamic kicks, man. It was a special event, and that to follow the Mayweather Canelo, but you know, it was just a beautiful thing for the sport, you know, to show true combat, you know, is where it is at, and man, there was no loser in that contest. If I had to choose, you know, John finished the stronger. I'd probably have to say John. You know, my heart probably say, hey, look, now these whiskers as well. Just think, dude. Well, the guy in the shop, the guy that trimmed my beard said 5 more months before I get them properly.
Oh, you're gonna do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to see what it's like for them. What do you think? Your hair, no. I'm growing my hair back.
But you're still fading it on the side there.
Yeah.
So
what are we talking about? Oh yeah. No, I think if I'm being honest, I think John's just done enough. You know what I mean? But I mean, what a contest! Who would have thought that? You know, I didn't think that.
You mentioned Mayweather. Did this prove that MMA is a better sport than boxing? That fight wasn't.
Not that I meant it like that. You know, boxing's great, and I love that Mayweather Canelo fight. That was a masterclass in defense. You know what I mean? A lesson in evasive combat. He taught Canelo, and he teaches everyone. You know what I mean? But when it comes to MMA and the excitement and the back and forth and the unpredictability and you know what I mean? It's so dynamic. You don't know what the fuck is going on in there. You know what I mean? You don't know what's going to happen. It was a special event, and it just reinstated my. Not that I love this game, but it just really made me look at this and think, man, I'm happy to be doing what I'm doing. I'm in love with this game. You know what I mean? So. It was a special contest.
Knowing you now, I feel like
I can't wait to see the rematch. Hopefully, hopefully they heal up, because I'd imagine both of them are in a hell of a lot of pain right now.
Knowing you, I feel like you were shadow boxing on one leg. You were so amped after watching that.
Yeah. I've been squeezing in workouts now. I mean, I don't let this get to me. You know what I mean? I'm an intelligent martial artist, and I adapt to my situation. You could put me in the jungle. You could put me anywhere on planet Earth. You know what I mean? I'll come out surviving. I'll come out well fed and well dressed and looking good. You know what I mean? But right now, this injury, I'm only have one leg. I'm adjusting to it. I hobble into my bathroom, and my bathroom on the sink, and I lean over the sink and start doing push-ups. You know what I mean? Them clap push-ups, leaning over it. Do about 100 of them. I'm doing about 500 sit-ups a day. I mean, then I'm doing my rehab all this. I'm getting like 2 sessions a day, pretty much. You know what I mean? So now I'm a lot more mobile. Now I'm a lot more mobile now. You know what I mean? I'm 2 weeks one. What am I? 2 weeks 1 day? 2 weeks 2 days? Just over 2 weeks over the surgery. I'm on the bike. I'm walking. I'm leg pressing.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm a specimen. That's scientists have already got in touch, and they want to pay big money to get my body and study my body after I'm gone. You know what I mean? So I'm a specimen of movement, my friend.
You know, after the Max Holloway fight, you created quite a stir with the videos and the tweets about, you know, talking about the division, and you're getting it a bit back. You have Aldo saying who, the Irish guy. You have Nick Lentz taking some shots. Chad Mendes saying who. Are you liking the fact that the featherweights are stepping up and giving it a bit back to you here?
Yeah, I mean, you know, when that interview that I done with Fox, you know, they said, we're going to do word association. I'm going to name something. You're going to give me your response. I was like, okay. They started naming out the top 10. I gave an honest assessment of what I thought. I believe it was correct. I believe my assessment was correct. What about you, Ariel? You believe that was correct? Aldo, I believe was too safe. I believe Chad is a 135er. I believe Cub is aging. I believe Dennis Seaver is aging. I believe Poirier is a pea-head. I believe Lance is boring. You know what I mean? I'm just stating a boring hillbilly. You know what I mean? I'm just stating facts. You know what I mean? So, and of course, respond all, yeah, of course. Honestly, there is no one else in this division. This is my division. You know it. I know it. Hey, how many times I'm on this show now? This is my 4th time.
Yep, that is true. In less than a year.
Who's the most?
In a year, I think this might be the record for less than 365 days. This is big, and this is our 200th. So we brought the big out the big uds today.
I set records out of it, yeah. Set records. Oh, how's the show going? That's a big one. Yeah, it's 200.
Yeah, you know who's next? Stone Cold Steve Austin, your boy.
No way, man. That is too cool. That is. Yeah, I was only watching a documentary on Netflix about him, man. What a cool motherfucker that guy is.
Not as cool as Stevie Collins.
What?
Will he be in your corner, Steve Collins, for your next fight? I set that up for you. Don't forget.
Yeah, Dana rang me the Tuesday before the fight.
Okay.
And we were talking about the entrance. We were talking about the bot. I want me to come out to U2. And then he said he's gonna get Steve Collins.
Wow.
I'm gonna fly Steve Collins out. And then it turns out Steve was busy, or Steve couldn't do it or something, because it was last minute, you know. So, but I believe that will happen down the line. Now, maybe honestly, I'd like to be back. I believe I'm gonna be back before the Dublin card.
Wow.
No, that's my aim. I want to be back before the Dublin card. Have a contest back, maybe at 155. I'm gonna, honestly, I feel too fast for these guys at 155 now. At 145 is just too damn easy. You know what I mean? So, I might have 155 on my return, and then a meaningful fight at 145 in Dublin. You know what I mean? A meaningful fight.
Yeah.
I don't know what way it's gonna play on my comeback. What kind of opponent they're gonna give me, or what kind of what. You know what I mean? But I know I'm going to make it look easy. I'm going to make the return look easy. No one has the mind I have. No one has the intelligence I have to this game. You know what I mean? So it's going to be like I never left. And not only is it going to be like I never left, it's going to be, I'm going to improve. I study this game. I study movements. I take my notes. This is just like I've been saying. This is just a new phase of training. You know what I mean? I'm off site. You know what I mean? You're doing an apprentice. You're on site for a while, and then you go off site and go to college. Now I'm in college, you know what I mean? Studying videos, taking notes, and I'm gonna, I keep it fresh in my mind, and it will remain fresh in my body. So on my return, you know what I mean, I'm still gonna be whooping ass. It's still gonna be creating headlines. You know what I mean? So I'm just buzzing to get back. You know what I mean? My life is contact area, and for this, I never knew nothing about injuries. You know what I mean? I knew injuries. I didn't really know much about the ACL injury. You know what I mean? So for someone to take this away from me, it's been tough. It's been tough on the mind, tough on the brain, out here on my own. I mean, but I just reinforced that I'm out here doing this, I'm out here dedicating myself to this, and no one's going to stop me. I'm unstoppable, you know what I mean? So
In some ways, I feel like it might help you. It gives you even more motivation because all you have is, your bum leg and your thoughts right now. That's all you can think about, right?
My bum leg, man. I'll give you a smack of my bum leg right now. But no, definitely, yeah. I'm here. Honestly, if it wasn't for the internet, if I didn't have the internet set up, I'm just sitting here chilling now.
So,
for these past 1 week, I've been doing them Ask Notorious and all. I'm having a bit of fun doing that and getting them trending in Ireland. Do you know what I mean? I put up hashtag Ask Notorious, and it just be trending in Ireland within like 5 minutes.
okay.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Final question for you. Have you thought, like you say, that one fight and then the Dublin fight, who's the guy you want to come back to? Who do you want to face in your return?
Honestly, it's a long way to be calling people out, but I'd love a 155 fight. That 155 fight I thought was in slow motion on Saturday night. If I'm being honest, you know what I mean. I believe I'd be too fast for these guys, for any of these guys. So, and I fight at 155. You know what I mean. I've fought at 155. I've held belts at 155. I've knocked people out at 155. There's a different dynamic. There's pros and cons to it. You know, and there's pros and cons to fighting up and down. They're faster at featherweight. Max is one of the fastest guys. You know what I mean. He was a defensive fighter. He took a defensive approach. You know what I mean? But a lot of the 155s are sluggish. You know what I mean? They to me, they seem a bit more open. I honestly feel like going there and light 90% of that division up. And so I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it. And I haven't even said that to the UFC or anything, or Sean Shelby. I know he wants me to stay at 145, but we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, we will be following the rehab very closely at the Notorious MMA. Always a pleasure. The beard is looking great. Keep the spirits high.
My man.
And please join us again when you're ready to return. We appreciate it very much. Very, very big deal for us today's show. So thank you so much for stopping by, Conor. And good luck to you. All the best. Hope to see you back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, thank you, man. Congratulations on your 200 show. Still making peanuts, though, I reckon.
Thank you. Maybe you could give me a couple of tips in the future.
Yeah. Good man.
There he is. The Notorious Conor McGregor stopping by. We wish him the best. Hopefully he returns to the octagon sooner rather than later. He is one of a kind, and he says he wants a piece of the 155-pound division. How about that? Conor McGregor, if he goes up, and remember, when he fought for Cage Warriors, he was a lightweight and featherweight champion over there. So this is a guy who has obviously done a lot in his career in both divisions, and thus far in the UFC, he is 2-0 as a featherweight, defeated Marcus Brimage in April, and then, of course, defeated Max Holloway in August at the first Fox Sports 1 show. That was a big deal. And, of course, things may have... slowed down for him a little bit. But if he says he comes back 6 months, ACL surgery, that might be a little too quick. But if he comes back in 7 or 8, I don't think that the momentum will halt all that much on the McGregor train. I really don't think. I think that there is enough buzz and he keeps himself out there that I think a lot of people will still be interested and be excited about it. The man who I think his star was born on the MMA Hour as he was sitting on his couch eating blueberries without a pot to piss in. Things have certainly changed for this man, but he is kind enough to join us once again on the show. Of course, we're talking about the Notorious one, Conor McGregor. Conor, are you there?
What's up, buddy, on my man?
It's good.
How are you, bud?
What's going on? Conor via the phone is not quite the same.
I know. I'm having a bad hair day, so I thought I'd mix it up a little bit, yeah?
I wanted to see that new tattoo of yours.
Let's get one thing straight, Ariel, yeah?
Yeah.
Your show didn't make me. I made your show, yeah? The whole nation of Ireland watches this show now thanks to me, so you're welcome, my friend, yeah?
Well, thank you very much. I wanted to see that new tattoo of yours.
Yeah. I'm getting inked up out here. I got a nice chest piece. Represent my gym, Straight Blast Gym, but I didn't just want the original. Our logo is a gorilla, but I didn't want just a regular one. You know what I mean? I wanted to mix it up and get my own little version, so I decided to stick a king's crown on that gorilla and have him eating a motherfucking heart. You know what I mean? And then I have my arm done up, and I think I'm just gonna I think I'm hooked on these tattoos now, to be honest. And people are trying to talk me out of it, but I'm just gonna do my own thing. You know what I mean? I like tattoos. And I mean, I can do fuck all else right now out here. You know, out here on my fucking home, so I may as well pass up some time and get some ink done.
So you're gonna get your whole body inked?
I don't know about that now. Let's not go fucking nuts. I'm not talking like one of those Maui motherfuckers, but I mean, just a little bit of ink, you know. Never hurt nobody.
Did you talk to your? I know you have a team behind you now. Did you talk to your people about sponsors and things like that? Do they like the chest plates, so to speak?
I mean, hearing a lot of guys, no matter what, Ariel, success silences everything. You know what I mean? No matter what way a person looks or what way a person acts, success is if that person is successful, then that's all that matters. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm focused on. I don't give a shit what way I look or what way I come across to certain people. I know my success inside that octagon, and the way I carry myself. I don't have to come onto a show. First of all, I don't have to beg to get onto the show like that other fucking Frankenstein with a pulse-looking motherfucker has to beg to get on this show and beg for sponsors. I mean, I feel bad for the guy. Fucking reality TV show reject. You know what I mean? I honestly, I feel for the guy coming on begging to be on the show, begging for followers. He begging what kind of interview was that shit? Where he begs this South African guy for a fucking Audi. Hey, motherfucker, buy an Audi yourself if you want an Audi, you reality TV show reject. What a loser, man. That interview with that guy done, I swear to God, was probably the funniest thing I've ever watched in my life, Ariel, yeah? Out of left field as well. A light heavyweight 8-foot stick of shit from England, talking absolute shit that he knows nothing about. I mean, it was the weirdest thing I've ever watched. I watched jealousy come out of a man's pores. A guy that's not even in my division. I swear to God, man, it was the funniest thing ever. But I don't care about, all I know is that when the door shuts and the bell rings, nobody does it better than me. Nobody is more calm. Nobody's more controlled. No, I walk the walk, Ariel. I don't just talk the talk, Ariel. I walk the fucking walk. And you best believe I will walk through everyone in that top 10. So no matter what way I look, the belt is mine, and that's all I care about. I'm not here to beg people for this and for that like that other reject. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm about. I'm about the belt. I'm about getting myself healthy, getting back on track. I'm out here on my own, Ariel, yeah? I'm in Los Angeles on my fucking own, in an apartment. I wake up, I go to rehab, and I go home, and I'm in my thoughts. You know what I mean? I'm scheming. I'm peeking out the window, walking around my apartment butt naked like a freak. You know what I mean? Scheming my fucking return. So fucking, that's all I give a shit about. I don't give a shit about no sponsors and all that other shit.
So you mentioned you're referring to last week's show. For those that missed it, here's a very quick clip of what Luke Barnett had to say about Conor McGregor. Very quick. Here we go.
Yeah, Conor's done a very good job of marketing himself, buying followers and making himself look important. And my sponsor's like, go on, get above him and then we'll buy you a cup.
So he says you're buying followers.
Oh, what an absolute loser, Ariel. Just listen to that. First of all, you know as well as I know, my friend, I carry a nation. The nation of Ireland is behind me. It's not my fault that loser is a reality TV show reject. It's not my fault he didn't win the show. You know what I mean? It's not my fault. I feel for the guy stuck on that reject contract that he's on. I feel for the guy. Maybe I might buy him an Audi myself in a couple of fights' time. And I'm saying look after the fucking bum. But honestly, what the fuck do I even say to that absolute loser, man? First of all, if you ask me, the guy it's brainwashed. It's brainwashing at its highest level right there. Yeah, he thinks if he gets. Let me get this straight. Yeah, if he gets to a certain amount of followers, if he equals my followers, yeah, it's cringy stuff. To be honest, I don't even like mention it, but I have to mention it because the guy came onto a spec to get on the show and start talking about me. So I'm only human. I reply to these idiots. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The thing is, he has to get a certain amount of. If he gets to my amount of followers, some guy he never met from South Africa, is waiting in the wings. A guy from the Malinkan tribe in the middle of fucking East Africa or South fucking Africa is waiting for this English reality TV show reject to reach the same amount of followers as some Irish guy. And if that happens, that South African from the Malinkan tribe also doubles up as an Audi dealer, is going to buy him an Audi? Come on, Ariel, what the fuck? What the fuck do I even say to that shit? Man, it was the weirdest thing I ever saw in my life, man. I don't know what. I feel for the guy. I have to mention my name to get some attention. I honestly, I feel for the guy. You know what I mean? But it's not my fault. We all have the same 24 hours of the day. Don't fucking hate me for, you know what I mean? Don't hate me for stealing the show, and don't hate me for my support, because You know as well as I do, I never begged to go on this show once. This is my 4th time on this motherfucking show. This is my 4th time on this show, Ariel. Tell me when I ever begged you to go on this show.
Never.
Tell me when.
Never.
And tell me how many people have hounded you to get me on this show.
A lot. They like you.
Now tell me this. Do you think I done what he's saying I done?
No, I said it myself.
Now tell me this. Do you think he's an 8-foot stick of shit, Frankenstein lookalike, ugly motherfucker?
You know, it's interesting. It feels like every week almost someone is calling you out. And you've got
it is crazy
on this show.
friend.
This show, people come on this show.
Nuts.
I want to play you. I want to
nuts.
play you another clip. I want to get you to respond to it because this is fun.
Right.
Here's a couple of weeks ago. Your friend Diego Sanchez talking about you.
You got losses on your record. You're acting like you're the Muhammad Ali of Ireland. You got losses on your record, buddy. And who are they? Like, come on. Like, why do you think you're freaking Superman when you ain't done it? You got to walk the walk before you can talk the talk. He ain't walked the walk. He fought 2 fights in UFC,
Yep.
and he's freaking champion. I think it's a bunch of crap. And for the guy to come and disrespect a guy like me, I didn't disrespect him. I just told him how it was. I'm like, look, man, what have you done? Like, you're gonna talk shit about my friends. You're gonna talk shit about guys like all the guys. You talking shit about Chad Mendes? How are you gonna talk shit about Chad Mendes? Chad Mendes will eat you freaking for lunch. Like, this guy will eat you for lunch. You have not proved that you can wrestle. You have not proved that you're legitimate on the ground. You have not proved that. What are you going to do when you got a Diego Sanchez on top of you, ground and pounding you? You have not proved that you are equivalent to that situation.
So what do you think, Diego Sanchez?
Yeah. Well, look, with all due respect, Ariel, the guy is a has-been. He should be in Bellator with the rest of the has-beens. There's no doubt about it. The only reason he's still signed is because he defends shots with his nose. But let's go way back, because he's saying I disrespected him. All of a sudden I start going at him, or I disrespect the top 10. That's why he got involved. Well, let's go back way further than that. When it really started, in the lead up to that Max Holloway fight in Boston, when I was doing all my fucking media shit, and Dana gave me that media workout, I had all that obligations to do. That has been loser was all over Twitter slating me and saying, who is this guy? He's just a hard job. Holloway's going to knock him out. Blah, blah, blah. Tweet after tweet after tweet after tweet. And even then, I didn't acknowledge it. I said, what? That guy's not in my path. I don't give a shit about that guy. I'm saying I leave him to it. Let him say what he wants. Then the fight with Holloway was over. It was done. I had beaten Holloway. Then and as far as I was aware at that time, 4 to 6 weeks I was going to be out. I was told at the back of that arena, 4 to 6 weeks, mate, you'll be back in there. So I'm thinking, okay, who's next? Who do I want next? I know who I want next. I want anyone and everyone in that top 10. So I done this interview with Fox Sports, and they asked me about the top 10, and I gave my honest opinion on every one of them. Poirier was a pea-head. Just to remind you, Poirier was a pea-head. Cub Swanson was old. Nick Lentz was a boring hillbilly. Jose Aldo plays it too safe. Chad Mendes should be 135. He's a 65-inch reach. I have a 73-inch reach, Ariel. Who the fuck else? I believe Frankie should be 135 as well. I give my honest opinion on guys that I want to face. Excuse me for wanting to face guys in my top 10. I apologize. and then this has-been gets involved once again. Starts saying you have no respect and starts trying to cause this shit again. So I'm saying, okay. I can't let him say anything again. Now I'm going to have to respond to this has-been schmuck that should be in Bellator. So I responded. I called him the fattest, sloppiest, slowest martial artist I've ever laid eyes on. And I told him I'd go up to 170 and whoop his fat ass easy. And you can quote me on that, yeah? That was my response. He's trying to, people, and all these MMA media losers, yeah? You're the only MMA media guy I will do, because the rest are just fanboys that have access to a camera. Let's call a spade, Ariel, yeah? Mommy owned the camera, you know what I mean? I had internet access, you know what I mean? All these losers are trying to say, I started this shit with Diego. No, motherfuckers, do your research. He was the one that started shouting out about me. I had my attention locked on the top 10. Nobody else. I want to climb that ladder because I know. And they fucking know as well. And not only they know, you know as well, Ariel, yeah? I had my eyes locked on the top 10. I ignored what Diego was saying in the lead up to the Holloway fight, that he was saying Holloway was going to knock me out. Who's this guy, gets to ride around in Danish Ferrari, all this jealous shit. I ignored it. And then he got involved again. So then I said, okay, I'll push the top 10 aside. I'll push them aside, and I'm going to go at Diego Sanchez for a little bit. And then the injury came out. It turns out the injury was more severe than I was told. Then he's all over Twitter making fun of that. You hear what I mean? So again, I replied, no, a lot of shit has been said between myself and himself. I'm no fucking angel. I said a lot of shit about him, a lot of damning comments, you know what I mean? But you best believe that motherfucker started it. But enough is enough. What's said is said. We will throw down. I messaged Dana. I messaged Sean Shelby. This fight will happen. And I guarantee you, this is what I want. I want the motherfucker to come at me because I have so much respect for Holloway. He's a great competitor. I believe he whooped Dennis Bermudez's ass as well. I believe he's unbeaten inside that octagon. I believe he took Bermudez's head off, clean off in that fight. But I whooped his ass. He went running. He didn't want to exchange. He was on the defensive. He was there to see the bell. I want the motherfucker that's going to come at me and throw down. I want Mark Hunt, Big Full Silver shit. Yeah, that's what I fucking want. And you best believe that Diego Sanchez fight will happen, Ariel. Yeah? I'm going to make it fucking happen. Whether it will be the next fight, because by timelines and shit, the fight, I guarantee you, before that man retires, I'm gonna whoop him. I'm gonna school him in evasive combat. You can mark my motherfucking words, Ariel. Yeah?
What about Cole Miller, who went on the microphone and called you, what do you call you, Colin McGruber, and said a lot of the same things? What do you think of that?
Oh, shit. These motherfuckers out here. He also called me. He goes, I see him flying here and flying there, looking all GQ. Well, at least he's honest, because I do look fucking GQ, yeah? You can call me Conor McGQ. Oh, shit. Nah, I thought that was funny, man. That's a fight that interests me, you know what I mean? Cole's all right, to be honest. I don't mind the guy, you know what I mean? But I tell you, this fucking sport is crazy, my friend, yeah? I'm only here 4 months, Ariel, yeah? I'm only here fucking 4 months. I've been on this show 4 times. I've fucking nearly got the sack for saying derogatory comments about our female champions and shit. I remember people want to whoop my ass. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I'm just being me, Ariel, yeah? I'm not... I say what I think. You know what I mean? So it's gonna rub people up the wrong way. You know what I mean? It's also gonna rub people up the wrong way that I have a nation behind me. You know what I mean? I'm getting serious support. But don't fucking hate me. You know what I mean? It's not my fault. Worry about your own situation. You know what I mean? So that's what I have to say about that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, Ariel, I'm injured. Yeah, I'm currently rehabbing. You know what I mean? There's fuck all I can do. I'm only responding to these idiots that are talking to me. I have a job. I'm under no illusion of the work that is ahead of me. You know what I mean? And I'm not slacking. I have this rehab. I'm nailing this rehab. You know what I mean? I'm giving it everything I fucking have to get back in there and whoop everybody. You know what I mean? I'm under no illusion of the work that's ahead of me. But I will be back. And you know what, Ariel? No matter what card, whatever card I turn on, whatever the main event is, whatever number of fight I'm at, whether I'm the first fight of the night, whether I'm the second, anywhere, you know it's going to garner more attention than the main event. No matter who it is. I don't care who it is. And I know that sickens a lot of people. Sometimes I try and... I know, look, I hate me too, Ariel, yeah? I fucking hate me too. Sometimes I try and hate myself. Yeah, I get butt naked and look in the mirror and try and hate that image of perfection that's looking back at me, but it's damn impossible.
Okay, so with all that being said, Conor, do you consider yourself, are you the fighter of the year? I mean, the attention that you've received, the attention that you've generated, the 2 wins inside the octagon, is Conor McGregor the 2013 fighter of the year? This is when we do these kind of awards things, you know?
Where do I collect? You just tell me a time and a date and I'm there to collect that award. And you best believe I'm custom fitted in something spectacular, yeah? Representing D-Throne as well, you know what I'm saying? And anyone there watching, hit up dthrone.com, but don't leave it too long. The new Notorious range is selling out fast. D-Throne #1, the rest are dead last. Oh, shit.
Give us an update on the knee right now. How far away are you from being 100%?
Well, I'm heading back. I'm heading home in the new year, so I'm really happy about that. You know, I get to see my friends. I get to see my family. I get to see my gym. You know what I mean? We're opening up a brand new facility. You want to see this facility? Oh my fucking God, it's unbelievable, yeah? The biggest facility the country has ever seen. Catered to everybody, beginners to pros, all the way through. You know what I mean? We've got it all now. So I'm looking forward to going home and promoting that gym. The surgeon said I will be grappling by February. You know what I mean? I'll be grappling by February. That's my prayers answered right there. And I'm not a Jesus man. I'm not a holy man. But I swear to God, I miss the mat so much. You know what I mean? I can't put it into words. It's the only thing that distracts me from everything else. The only thing that eliminates it's the only thing that eliminates everything else outside in my life. You know what I mean? Is that time on the mat, studying jiu-jitsu, studying the mechanics of the human frame. And I just can't wait to be back. February is when I can be back and doing some jiu-jitsu. Now, I'm not talking crazy straight jiu-jitsu, but I will be on the mat and I will be drilling technique, and that to me is good enough. You know what I mean? I will take it from there. And again, I'm raring to go, Ariel. I swear to God, I'm raring to go. I can't put into words how much I'm ready to go here. But again, at the same time, I'm listening to instruction. I'm not stupid. I follow instruction to the T. I'm well aware. I studied it. I know this game like no other, yeah? I study this game like no other. I'm aware of the setbacks that other athletes have had on this injury from rushing it and thinking they can do too much. I mean, I'm just following instruction to the T. If they tell me I can do it, I ask how much of it can I do? How often can I do it? And that's the approach I take. And I will be back. You know what I mean? I can do no more. You know what I mean? I don't even want to... I'm over this media shit as well. You know what I mean? This is probably the last one I'm doing. You know what I mean? Because I got my tone off the media stuff. To be honest, it's all bullshit. Yeah, but I'll be back. I'm hoping May. Well, who knows? I'm just gonna keep my head to the ground and keep working hard.
Are they waiting to do this Ireland show for when you return? I've watched this show called The Late Late Show in Ireland twice in my life. Both times when you were on it. It's a fascinating program. The mix of characters on there. And when the last time that you were on a couple of weeks back, you said you implied that they were going to wait for you to come back around May or so. Is that still the plan?
First of all, The Late Late Show is the world's longest running talk show. Soak that up for a minute there, Ariel. Yeah. Us Irish, we started talk shows, yeah? We run talk shows. The Late Late Show is the longest running talk show in the history of planet Earth, yeah? Your whole shit right now came from The Late Late Show. So praise that damn show, right? Back to where we were at. May, Lorenzo said to me at UFC Manchester, Conor, we have May booked in the O2, and but it depends on you. If you're not ready, I can also knock it back to September. So I said, yes, May, let's do it. And then I've done a little bit of studying. May 30th to the day is 40 weeks, or it's 10 months to the day that I am over ACL surgery. Now, on the calendar, George St. Pierre, on months, it was 10 months it took him. But if you count the weeks, it's deceptive. It was actually 48 weeks, which is 12 months. You know what I mean? So, and May 30th would be 40 weeks for me, which is 10 months. You know what I mean? If you count the weeks, it's a little bit deceptive. You know what I mean? So I got on to Lorenzo. I told him that information. I passed that information on to him. I said, and he said, don't worry about it. We can move it to September. So again, it's up in the air. Okay. Who knows? I'm back to jiu-jitsu February, and I will take it from there. But it's either going to be May in Ireland or September. But if I'm being honest, I'd imagine it's going to be September. I'd imagine I'll have a return fight somewhere in June, July, May, June, July, possibly June, July, and then a fight in June, July, wherever the fuck that is, and then to be honest, I would love Diego Sanchez in Dublin, and I don't care to wait. That's my path I want to take. And then when I whoop his ass, I honestly believe they could give me that belt. I honestly believe that they could give me that belt. I know a lot of people don't like to think about it, you know what I mean? But Ricardo Lamas and Jose Aldo, with all due respect, nobody cares about Ricardo Lamas, and I don't mean that to be disrespectful, but they don't. You know what I mean? Me versus Aldo would sell shitloads more than Aldo versus Lamas. You know what I mean? It's harsh, but it's true. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I have my comeback fight June, July, whoever that is against. Who knows? You know what I mean? Again, things are so far away. The landscape changed, like Sean Shelby, because I spoke with Sean Shelby, I spoke with Dana, I spoke with Lorenzo. The landscape changes in that amount of time. So we can sit here and talk and say, I want to fight this guy and that guy and that guy. who actually knows what the fuck is going to happen over the next couple of months? So, I just don't give a shit about it. And I just go with the flow. I just want to get back on the mat. That's all I'm looking for. Just get back on that damn mat and do what I love to do, because I hate everything else. I don't want to do nothing else. I don't want to come on and start begging shit, looking for sponsors like a loser. What an absolute loser. I just want to go on the mat and train and learn about the human frame. And that's all I give a shit about. I don't care about no other shit. I don't care about no South African guy. What is that shit, Ario? What the fuck is that shit? Could you explain that to me, please?
I don't know. I asked him in the interview if you saw it. I said, you get these weird emails from people in Nigeria and things like that asking for money. I hope that's not one of those situations here, because it sounds a little strange.
Ariel, it was the weirdest thing I have ever watched in my life. Yeah, honestly, I feel for the guy. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I might buy him an Audi myself. Give me another fight. I'll buy the poor bastard an Audi. Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell. I feel for the guy. Reality TV show reject.
Hey, let's finish on this, Conor, and I really appreciate the time and you coming on. I noticed yesterday you mentioned how you kind of fell down on Saturday, but then your spirits were up. How are you dealing with the ups and downs of this? Because I can imagine, not being with your family, you're in LA, rehabbing. I'm sure there's a roller coaster ride of emotions that you're dealing with. How do you feel like you're dealing with everything? Because it sounds like right now you feel like you can go 5 rounds. Of course, you're not 100%, but it has to be mentally taxing, right?
It is probably the most mentally taxing thing I've ever gone through in my life. And any athlete will tell you that, you know what I mean? When you can't train and you can't do what you love every day. And then on top of that, I'm out in a place on my own that I don't know anybody. You know what I mean? To top it off. So it is tough. I was only talking to my friend this morning who said an injury is not just a process of recovery. It is a process of discovery. And that really hit home to me, because it really is a process of discovery. I'm really learning about my mind here. I'm really learning about my real psyche here. You know what I'm saying? So I just take everything with a learning curve. You know what I mean? I'm looking to learn from everything. It is tough, but if other people can do it, if Dominic Cruz can do it, I'm paying close attention to Dominic Cruz and his story. I hope that guy comes back and whoops ass, because that is the story that inspires me. You know what I mean? He, not once but twice, he had a setback. You know what I mean? And to be the champ and then to get it all ripped away from me. You know what I mean? I'm paying close attention to his story, and I hope I'm paying close attention to that fight, and I hope he comes back and whoops ass, because I will take so much inspiration from that. But if he can do it, I can do it. If George can do it, I can do it. We all face ups and downs. You know what I mean? So I'm no different. I just need to bite my fucking gum shield, bite down on my gum shield, and get it done. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, a lot of people seem to keep mentioning my name and keep bringing my shit back up. You know what I mean? Trying to I don't know why, trying to get attention or whatever. But I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and come back and whoop ass, and come back and steal the show, and come back and be the real main event. I don't care where it's on the card, Ariel, and you know as well as I know, it will be more anticipated than the main event, whatever that main event happens to be.
Let me leave
as much as people want to hate on that.
Let me leave you with this. You're in Los Angeles right now, right? In April of 2013, 8 months ago, Kobe Bryant tore his ACL. He returned yesterday to the NBA in 8 months. That's got to give you inspiration. That's a high-level athlete, right? Did you know that?
Yeah, I only was talking to my manager today about that. Literally about 20 minutes before our phone call, I was talking about Kobe Bryant's story. Kobe Bryant was in the same rehab place as mine. On that same anti-gravity treadmill, walking back to get back to fitness. So again, of course, I take inspiration from that. You know what I mean? We all go through ups and downs. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, mine happened early. It started happening early in my career. You know what I mean? But look, I will be back out here. You know what I mean? All I can do is get to work, and that's what I'm going to do right now, because I'm late for rehab right now as we speak.
Okay.
I'm heading to rehab right now, and I'm going to hit it hard. I bought myself a punch bag yesterday. I swear to God, it was like Christmas. I have a hooked up I have a gym on top of my apartment, and I just went up and we hung the punch bag from one of the machines. It was a little makeshift thing, but I swear to God, it's like all my Christmases come at once. You know what I mean? I'm just going to go and beat the shit out of that. Yeah, I'm going to beat the fucking shit out of that every night. You know what I mean? And just visualize and dream. You know what I mean? Isolation. Visualization, motivation, and dedication. They are the keys to success. And that's all I need. That's all I need to do.
Conor, it's a pleasure as always. Thank you so much. Good luck to you.
Man, Ali, you know who runs this show, yeah? You know who wins your show.
We appreciate it. Great to hear from you. All the best. Happy holidays. And thanks for stopping by. Good luck with the rest of your rehab.
My man, thank you so much. Tell Mrs. Helwani I was asking for her. I hope he has a good Christmas. All right, bye-bye.
There he is, Conor McGregor, the one and only, stopping by and dropping bombs on people left and right. That was vintage Conor McGregor. On July 19th in Dublin, Ireland, it's one of the more anticipated fights of the year. There has been back and forth. We've been chronicling it all year long, and it was last Wednesday that it was officially announced that Conor McGregor will be fighting Cole Miller on July 19th in the UFC's return to Dublin, Ireland. I expect these tickets to be sold out probably within, an hour, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. People are very excited about this. And so we're going to be joined by both of them. Right now, we are trying to track down Conor, but we have Cole here, so that's a small victory for Mr. Miller. Cole, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good, Ariel. Thanks for having me.
Oh, great to have you on the show. So, and you agreed to this. We wanted to have you and Conor on at the same time, and we're having a hard time tracking down Conor. What do you make of that?
I don't know. Maybe he's training. Maybe
okay.
He's preoccupied with something a little bigger, more important. Who knows? You'll have to ask him.
What's more important than my show?
I don't know. See, I made the I made the date happen.
You did, and this was in the middle of your training, so I appreciate that very much. Let me ask you this: a few days ago, Conor said in an interview that he thinks that you're petrified, that he feels it, that he's been listening to you, that he sees that he's gonna be able to break you. He feels it in your voice, he hears it, he senses it. Are you sweating this guy? Just going enemy territory, all that stuff? Is this a concern to you?
Yeah, I think it is a concern. I don't think that I'm petrified of him or scared of him, but going into the enemy territory, that is something that you have to take into consideration. And if you think you're just going to walk in and it's not going to be a big deal, I think that kind of makes you a little bit of a fool. So, but taking in, it's consideration like the crowd, the environment, the amount of hatred that you're going to be walking into, and to say that something like that won't have an effect without really addressing it with the proper kind of training and mental adjustments that need to be made, that's pretty foolish.
I saw an interview that you did recently. I believe it was with Yahoo Sports, and you said that. You said this is the quote: "People keep saying I'm going to fight him on his home turf. I've expletive fought 18 times in the UFC octagon. The way I see it, it'll be more my home turf than his. I think he's going to feel that once the door closes." Now it seems like you're kind of thinking about the environment. Has there been a switch?
No, I was thinking about the environment from the get-go. I'm talking more like, once, being there during the weight cutting week, with dealing with the people in the streets, dealing with the walk to the cage.
Okay.
That's going to be deafening, and before you get into that cage and the door locks, that's some stuff that you're definitely going to be hearing, when you're walking out to the cage before the fight. So that's, I'm going to have to train for that, mentally prepare for that. But I did mean what I said. When the door shuts, then we are in my hometown.
So we are being joined by Conor McGregor right now in Ireland. Conor, how are you?
The champ is here.
So I know you came a little late there, and I was worried that you might not show up. But of course, I had faith that you would be here, and I appreciate the time very much. What did you think of what Cole just said about the environment? How it will be deafening? Will he be fighting in enemy territory, or once the cage door closes, might you as well be in England or Atlanta or New York City? Does it not really matter once you're in that cage?
Yeah, I don't know, Ariel. I didn't really listen to what he was saying. But what I was debating was whether I was going to come on this show. Because I already told you, this is my show, yeah? The McGregor Hour, I want this show to be called, yeah?
Right, exactly. But do you have, and I appreciate it very much, do you have a response to him? Do you think it will be him against the world in Ireland, in Dublin to be exact, on July 19th?
As soon as that man steps off the plane, he is stepping onto a battlefield. He knows it. I know it. He opened his mouth. I didn't even give a shit about him. Nobody in the UFC gave a shit about him. 18 fights in the UFC or 17, I don't even know. And the motherfucker couldn't even get off Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg rang and tried to get that man off Facebook. Nobody cares about him. I'm going to go in. He opened his mouth. And listen, he opened his mouth. When that door when that bell rings, when that door shuts, he is in danger, yeah? I'm going to stop him in the very first exchange. He opened his mouth. He should have kept quiet. There's a Celtic saying, many a time a man's mouth broke his nose. And this is one more of those sayings, yeah? Many a time a man's mouth broke his nose. That man opened his mouth, and I'm going to break his nose.
Cole, do you feel as though you kind of hit the lottery here in a sense that everyone has been calling Conor out, and you got the fight in Dublin, the big fight that's probably going to sell out within minutes? I mean, you just kind of threw it out there many, many months ago before it was kind of in vogue to call this man out, and the UFC went to you first. Do you feel like you kind of hit the lottery here?
Yeah, I kind of do feel like I hit the lottery. Absolutely.
What do you make of what he was just saying there? I mean, he's saying he's going to break you in the first exchange. Those are some big words, especially for a guy who's been in the octagon that many times as you have.
Man, he's talking about stopping me in the first round. I'm going to be the one that stops him in the first round. Oh. His jaw is going to be so weak from running his mouth. The first punch I'm going to hit him with is going to lay him out.
Conor, if you look at your record, there haven't been many blemishes. But a couple of your blemishes way, way, way back in the day were on the ground. Do you worry about what Cole can do on the ground?
Man, listen, if he thinks that Joe...
This is a long, long time ago, yeah? Cole, I'm going to break you. I'm going to break you.
Hey, bro.
I am going to break you. You're too slow. You're the slowest motherfucker I've ever seen. You're the slowest in the division.
Hey, I've been slower. I've been slower than everybody I've ever fought. That should scare you. I win, and I'm slower. I'm weaker. I'm not as agile. I don't have any of those gifts. I'm just better than everybody that I beat. And I'm going to be better than
I love it. You're slow. You're sloppy. You're less agile. I love it. Tell me more. Tell me more, Cole. Yeah? You got yourself into trouble. Your mouth got you into trouble, brother, yeah? Your mouth got you into trouble. You're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for what you said, yeah? Yeah. See when you open your mouth and you call me Colin or whatever the fuck you call me, you know my fucking name, yeah? I'm going to make you say my name. I'm going to make you say my name.
Okay, Cassius Clay. Come on with it.
I am going to make you say my name, yeah? You're going to say my name. In that octagon, when that door rings, when that door shuts and that bell rings, you are going to say my name.
All right.
Conor, let me ask you,
Mr. Ali.
Last two performances for Cole, a lot of people, including myself, think one of his best stretches of his UFC career. You know, finishing Sam Sicilia like he did back in January. Have you been at all impressed with the guy? Have you been watching what he's done? Has he been on your radar?
No. Honestly, in war, speed is the essence of war, and I am the fastest in this division. Nobody is going to touch me. I'm too fast for this man. He is going to hit air, and he is going to hit the floor. He's too slow, he's too sloppy, he's too basic. He does not stand a chance. The only time I even acknowledge Cole Miller, like I said before, 18 fights in the UFC. And one time he mentions my name, and where does he end up? He ends up on the main event. I want him to thank me. I want to thank you right now on this air. I want him to thank me for giving him this opportunity, for allowing him to have this main event slot. He mentioned my name, now he has a main event slot. I want to thank you for that right now.
You want to thank me? Okay.
I want you to thank me.
Oh, you want me to thank you? Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, I appreciate it. I want to thank you for the easiest fight of my career. I really appreciate it.
Nobody gives a shit.
You are the man, bro.
18 fights. Honestly, I swear to God, I understand where you're coming from, man. If I was in the UFC for 18 fights, and I was in your situation, and I saw a motherfucker like me coming up, I'd hate me too. I understand where you were coming from, but at the end of the day, your mouth got you into big, big trouble here. I know you're afraid. You're too slow for me, Cole. I'm going to break you in the first exchange.
I know. I just said that.
Cole, what do you think of Conor's ground game?
What ground game? Joe Duffy and some other dude that I already forgot. I just looked it up 20 minutes ago, and I already forgot his name too. These guys made him look like nothing. I said in another interview, he will never, no matter how long he trains, be as good as I am on the ground right now. And I'm still getting better. He's a joke on the floor. And when I get him there, it's going to be over on the first exchange, the first grappling exchange.
And Cole, let me also ask you. I mean, he looked very dominant in his first 2 UFC fights, but he's coming off a serious knee injury. Do you think he may not be as dominant when he fights you?
If he isn't as dominant, I don't think it'll have anything to do with the knee injury. You know, he's going to be in there with somebody that's, you know, as highly skilled as me, and that's what's it's going to come down to. Who's better on that night, and that's it. It's not going to have anything to do with a knee injury or, you know, if somebody's mom died the week before. All it's going to come down to is who's going to put who out in that cage first.
Conor, is this going to be like Chael going to Brazil? Like, are the Irish fans? I'm starting to get a sense that they aren't huge fans of Cole Miller, and they love you more than any other fighter in the UFC. Maybe the history of the UFC, what you've done for them, and you single-handedly brought this event to Ireland as you predicted you would last year. Is this going to be like? Does this guy need security over there?
No, look, I have absolutely no problem whatsoever with Cole Miller. In fact, I kind of like Cole Miller. I kind of love Cole Miller. I love him like my bitch. I love him like my bitch, Ariel. Yeah, he's a nice guy. I have no problem with him. His mouth got him into trouble. If he dies, he dies. July 19th, he's gonna feel it when he steps off that plane. He is stepping onto a battlefield. He's not going to be able to handle me. He can talk about my ground game. He can talk about my opponents. He can talk about my past. He is, at the end of the day, he is talking about me. Cole Miller, in this industry, is what you call a jobber. And a jobber is that a guy that's brought in to make the good guys look good.
What are all those guys I beat? What are all those guys that I beat? What are they? If I'm a jobber, what are they?
Listen, Cole, like I said before, this division, I'm looking past you, Cole, yeah? I want the gold. Jose's a schmuck. Chad's a schmuck. Cub's a schmuck. Your teammate Dustin's a schmuck. All of you guys are schmucks, yeah? This division is filled with a who's who of has-beens and rookies. You are on the has-been list. Nobody gives a shit, Cole.
You should have no problem. You should have no problem with me then, bro.
Cole, I'm going to break you, brother, yeah? I'm too fast. I'm going to hit you where you think you can't be hit.
No, I didn't. I just say that you were faster than me in the beginning of the interview, but I'm better than you. That's what it's coming down to.
How do you feel about his height and reach advantage, Conor?
Well, let's talk reach, Ariel. As a statistic man,
yes,
he has not got the reach on me. He has the height, but the guy is a stick. He's a tall, lanky stick. He looks weak in the midsection. He has nothing for me, Ariel. The man has spoke. He spoke under post-fight adrenaline.
Dude,
like I said on Fox.
Ariel, we'll make more groundwork.
Post-fight adrenaline. You were brave. And guess what? Where did you go? Where did you go after you said that? You ran out of the cage. You ran. You ran away. Now guess what? Now it's happened. Cole, now it has happened. You're a nice guy. Don't get me wrong, you're a nice guy. I'm going to break your nose, and I'm going to look after you after the fight. I'll take you out. I'll show you my hometown. We'll have a good night. Trust me, July 19th, Cole, when you step off that plane, you're stepping onto a battlefield. Bring everyone with you. Bring your whole team. Bring Dustin. Bring P-Head with you, yeah? And I'll whoop him too.
Conor,
Ariel, just get him off the line. We'll make a real conversation happen.
This is fascinating. I know a lot of fans are enjoying the back and forth as well. You know,
he thinks the fans are stupid, so he's just going to keep recycling shit that people have already said in the past. Muhammad Ali's already said he's stealing some stuff from Rocky movies. He thinks very little of his fans. You know, he thinks he's so original.
Yeah, Cole, what the fuck are you talking about? In this game, people get confused. People forget about the art and focus on the game. And then there's people that focus on the game and forget about the art. There's that specific, special individual that can do both. And when that door shuts, you are looking at that specific individual. Cole, you're 42. You're balding. Nobody gives a shit. Facebook. You mention my name, and what do you got? Facebook is where you went on. That's where you went on. You were on Facebook your last fight. You mentioned my name, and now your main event. Like I said before, I want to thank you right now this second. If you don't thank me right now, well, then you may as well forgive me. Because July 19th, I'm going to break you, I swear to God. 1 round, the first exchange, you're too slow, you're too sloppy, you're too basic. Bring Dustin with you. I want Dustin. I want Dustin bad, yeah. I wanted the top 10. I didn't give a shit about you. I didn't even ask for you. I want the top 10. You're a schmuck. You're a has-been. You're a nobody.
Should be easy for you then. Should be real easy for you then. Easy payday then.
Yeah, it's going to be slow, smooth as fast, Cole. It's going to be the smoothest contest. Here, listen, don't worry about it. You're going to wake up well-rested and everything. You're going to feel good waking up after this fight, yeah? Don't worry about it, brother, yeah?
Cole,
I'm going to look after you July 19th.
Cole, when I spoke to you last month, you were saying, I'll believe it when I see it as far as the contract and the fight is concerned. Did you think there was a chance that Conor would not agree to this fight? You seemed a little hesitant when I was talking to you via text message.
Yeah, I was kind of unsure with
fear manifested in different ways.
Yeah, I was kind of unsure whether or not his knee was going to get cleared by his physician or whatever. They were saying they were waiting on his clearance. So I was kind of unsure what they were going to do about it because I think I'm probably stylistically the worst matchup for Conor. So I was kind of unsure if they were going to do it.
You thought that the UFC might not want to book him against you because they didn't want to have him lose? Is that what you're saying?
It will take less than 10 seconds for me and him to be on the ground before I catch him in a submission.
Cole, please, Cole. You have not got a hope in hell. You are a jobber. You are brought in here to lose. You know it, and I know it, and they know it. You have no
I know what
hope
they want to happen.
in hell.
Do you think they want you to lose, Cole?
Well, I think they've invested a lot into him, with the marketing and stuff like that.
Say it right now. Say it right now. Say what you know.
Say what? Say what?
Say it. Say what you know. You know they want you to lose. Say that to me right now.
I just said that.
Good
I already
girl.
said it.
Good girl. Good girl.
Anyways, back to what I was saying. With all the marketing they put into this guy and they're pushing him real hard, of course that's what they want. I'm coming to his hometown, try to get him every advantage that he possibly can have.
Would you say
he's going to need that? He's going to need that.
Conor, were you trying to, or did you hope that the UFC, and I know you alluded to this, but did you try to convince them, give me a bigger name? You said you weren't all that interested in him. You called him a jobber and all that stuff. Were you disappointed ultimately when they offered you up Cole Miller for this fight in Dublin?
I mean, honestly, Ariel, Cole was the last person on my radar. I had much. I'm not going to overlook.
Other two fights.
I am not going to overlook any man because any movement is dangerous. At the end of the day, he's 18 fights. He's a schmuck. He's a has-been. But I'm not. At the end of the day, I'm facing me. It's me versus me. And me versus me. I'm the best that ever lived, and I am preparing like I am facing me. I'm not preparing to face Cole. I'm preparing to face me. And me preparing to face me, I'm preparing to face the best. You know what I'm saying? I am preparing to face the best.
Cole, do you kind of feel like you're fighting for the entire featherweight division to shut this guy up, to put him in his place? Because it seems like everyone wants a piece at him. Do you feel like you're kind of representing all those guys who have been there with you for the last few years in the UFC?
Yeah, I think that my original complaint was about these guys, like you're talking in the UFC, the top 10, how hard they've worked to get to that position where they're at. But as far as just stopping him from running his mouth, unfortunately that's just part of the game. I'm kind of like what Conor was saying. I'm more concerned with myself. I'm a martial artist. I try to always take my game to the next level. Try to be a better person. Try to be a better martial artist, be a better fighter, be a better, wrestler, kickboxer, jiu-jitsu fighter, and try to make where all that hard work that I do is not just for what's going on in the cage, where I'll be able to be better outside of it as well.
You know, Conor, in the boxing world, as I'm sure you know, Floyd Mayweather has this situation where he's essentially handing out lottery tickets to fighters. Like, he gets to pick and choose his opponents. And I know it's different in the UFC, but it feels like you're kind of that guy in the featherweight division right now. Like, more people are calling you out than the champion, than the top contender. Do you feel like you're in that position where you can, like, you know, give these guys opportunities just for the opportunity to fight you? It's almost like, to them, it's bigger than a title fight at this point.
Like I said, Ariel, I want that man to thank me right now. I want him to thank me. Literally, one fight ago, he was crying about how he couldn't get paid or how he couldn't do this, he couldn't do that. Mention my name. Now he's in a main event slot. Cole, thank me. You're welcome. When the story is told, when my story is told, you are always going to be a part of it. So you are welcome. I want you to thank me right now, Cole, yeah? Thank me right now, live on this air.
Thanks for the easy fight. Thanks for the easy fight, Conor. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Does anything concern you at all, Conor, about his game?
No. Honestly, like I said before.
Put on this facade, you know, so that way everybody can think that
facade.
he's the
Listen,
man.
Cole. Hey, Cole.
Look,
hey,
you are
Cole. You're too slow. Come on, man. You're too slow. Andy Schmogel. Andy Schmogel whooped you in that last round. Listen, I don't get tired ever. Ever I don't get tired. I can go all day. This is the best.
Well, then we'll be fighting all day.
For you. You think this is probably the best time for you, me coming off this injury? Cole, honestly, I do not get tired.
I don't think anything about your injury. I'm not even concerned about your knee.
Listen, your ground game is weak. In my eyes, looking at your ground game, it's specific.
Can you break?
Have no top game. You're weak on top. You're weak on top, Cole.
I will pull guard on you.
You have no top game.
Sweep you and
I guarantee you, when the bell rings and when you're backing up against that fence, you're going to try and jump guard and try and stall this fight out. Trust me, I'm prepared for your bullshit tactics.
I'm such a staller, Conor.
Yeah. Cole, you're a nice guy. Honestly, I have no problem with you. I met you backstage in Boston. You were petrified in Boston or wherever it was.
No, it was
you were
Manchester.
petrified when you were fighting Manny. And I was looking at you backstage and I was thinking, and I said to my coach, I said, you know what? I'm going to stick a load of money on Manny Gamburian because this guy looks absolutely petrified. We were in the same warm-up area. I saw that nervous energy. I know what way your mind is right now, Cole, yeah? I am in your head. I know what way your mind is. Let alone when you were fighting on an undercard like this. This is a main event. You are coming to my hometown. This is what I envisioned all my life. You think you were going to come in here?
In the main event,
you have no hope. You have no hope in hell, Cole. I am in your head. I know the way you are backstage. I know the way you are on stage. You have no hope in hell.
Cole, would you say this is the biggest fight of your UFC career? I mean, you fought on some big pay-per-views. You fought some big names.
100%. This is definitely going to be the biggest fight. It's on the main event in Ireland against Conor with all this buzz and hype.
Say my name. Say my name.
Conor. I just
say my name right now.
I thought your name was Colin for a year. Your name is Conor.
Say my name right now. I'm going to make you say my name, yeah?
I'm
going to make you say my name. I'm gonna make you spell my name in there, yeah?
I can't even concentrate on the questions with you just running your mouth. It's so bad.
I'm gonna make you spell my name in there, yeah? You are gonna spell my name in there.
What do you think of Conor's persona? You know, the dress code, the suits, everything that he's done in the last year. He's really, you know, evolved into one of the great characters in our sport. What do you make of this, Cole? Is this your style? Do you at least can appreciate what he brings to the table here for the sport and the growth of the sport?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, he's got his monocle and his pocket watch and his, you know, his nice fancy suits. He's trying to develop his brand and stuff like that. But, you know, tapping people out is my brand. We're going to find out on July 19th what's up with that.
So are you going for...
Cole, honestly, I have no problem with you. Honestly, I really do. I find you amusing. Honestly, I love you like my bitch, Cole, yeah? July 19th, you are going to be my bitch.
Conor, at this point, are you 100% clear? There's nothing to do with the knee anymore, right?
I have been cleared a long, long time, Ariel. Yeah? I just needed to go to L.A. because the surgeon who worked on me was in L.A. So he needed to have the final say so the UFC could have final say. I've been grappling. I've been sparring. I've been full on a long, long time. Like I said, I sent myself, when this injury happened, and I had to sit on the sidelines and watch all these has-beens and all these rookies take center stage, I set myself the easiest goal ever, to come back better than anyone has ever come back before. Trust me, he is going to feel speed like he has never felt before. I'm the fastest in the division. Ariel, I'm too fast for this man.
You're not the best. You're not the best. You've got all this speed without the skills. You have no fundamentals.
Tell me how fast I am. Tell me right now how fast I am. I've got all this speed. You're right. You are correct. Tell me again how fast I am. I love it. I swear to God, it turns me on when you tell me it is.
Cole, do you think he is the fastest guy in the division? I know obviously you haven't fought with him, but what you've seen.
I don't know if he's the best in the division, but he does have some speed, some good speed. He's pretty agile. He moves well, things like that.
I'll ask you the same question I asked him. What concerns you most about Conor?
I think he's going to try to avoid the fight as much as possible. I think he's going to try to use all his footwork to dance around, and he's not.
Come on, Cole. You think I'm going to try and avoid the fight?
Like you said, you can do this all day. You said you can do this all day. That means you're planning on stretching this out. I'm going to be trying to get you out of there
all
second
day. And I'm going to let you know.
I'm
going to let you know in fight. I'm going to tell you I go all day. When you're backing up against the fence, I'm going to let you know I can go all day. Come on, Cole.
You're on the ground. I'm going to count back.
You think I'm going to try and avoid the fight? Cole, please. You're going to be on the back foot from the bell. We are going to collide, and you are going to collapse. And that is the end of it. Collide, collapse, July 19th. I'm going to open up this division. I'm going to show what I know. I'm going to show what everyone else knows. I'm the most feared man in this division. Nobody wants a piece. You don't even want a piece. I know you don't want a piece. You spoke my name when the adrenaline was running high. And then the adrenaline came down and you ran out of the cage. And then all of a sudden, you calmed down. You're like, actually, I don't mind him. He's okay. Actually, he does this, he does that. I understand. You had that post-fight adrenaline. I understand. But unfortunately for you, it has got you into deep, deep trouble.
Dude, you've said that like 8 times. Ariel, do you have another question, or can I get off the phone?
I will say it one more time.
Thank you. You made your point.
Trouble you are in, Cole. You know it and I know it. Come on, man. You know it. You know it and I know it. You're too slow. Come on. How slow are you? You are the slowest in the division. You're the slowest in the division. It's as simple as that.
And I'm the most skilled, and I'm going to take you out with those skills. That's
most skilled? Come on, Cole. The most skilled. You're the most basic. You're too slow. You're too slow. You know it. Your team knows it.
Blah, blah.
Bring Dustin with you because I'm going to whoop Dustin as well that night. I hope Dustin's there with you because I'll whoop him as well, eh?
Cole, we appreciate the time very much. I'll let you go. I know you stopped your training for this. Conor, stick around for a second. I have 2 other extra questions I want to ask you. Any final things you want to say to to Conor, Cole, before we let you go?
Man, after I get that, performance of the night bonus, I'm going to make sure I buy his mom a Caravan and Periwinkle Blue.
Hey, thank me. Thank me right now. Thank me right now for giving you this chance. Thank you.
Conor,
you know,
if
you did not mention my name, you wouldn't be here. Come on, Cole. You couldn't even get off Facebook. You could not get off Facebook. Facebook tried to get you off Facebook. You mentioned my name, and now you're here. Mark Zuckerberg tried to get you off Facebook. Come on, Cole. Thank me right now on this air for giving you this opportunity. Thank me right now.
Thanks for being so bad on the ground, Conor. You're going to find out what a real ground fighter is on July 19th. Appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, Cole. You're a rookie. In my eyes, you're an advanced blue belt. You're specific in certain areas. Your top game is poison. You are rubbish, Cole. Trust me. What you gonna do? You're gonna end up on bottom. You think you're gonna get the takedown? You think you're gonna end up on top? You think
my right hand is going to take you down. That's going to be it.
Oh, Cole. Honestly, I do. I swear to God. I honestly, I love you like my bitch. I swear to God.
2.5 months.
I love you. I love you like my bitch. If you die, you die.
I'll be ready for it. That should scare you.
Thank you, Cole. Appreciate it very much.
All right. Later.
Later. Say thank you. Thank me right now.
Conor, great stuff. Appreciate the time very much. Let me just ask you, since it came out just last night, it affects you. Chad Mendes, Jose Aldo. You're very good at breaking down the fights. Who wins this fight? Title fight was just announced. Did you know this, by the way?
I had an idea that was the way they are gonna go with this fight. I messaged Dana the other night, and I told him UFC Dublin will be the fastest selling UFC event in history, and I will bet you a title shot on this.
Wow.
He hasn't replied yet. I'm going to stop Cole, and I'm going to go for that belt. We can do the rookie dance all we want. They can keep giving me these has-beens. They can keep giving me these rookies. I want the gold. I'm here for the gold. Aldo Mendes, how do I see it going? I don't know. Personally, like I said before, I think Mendes should be a 135er. He looks blown out at 145. He looks like a little bodybuilder. His body type is not designed for combat. He gasses after halfway through the first round. He reminds me of a little midget Phil Baroni. But I don't know. I believe Aldo should win this contest. Aldo said the other day that I've only had 2 fights in the UFC, and I think I am the king.
Yes.
And that is right. That is right. I hope he bowed down. I hope he bowed down when he spoke of the king's name. I hope he did. And I will make him bow down when he speaks of the king's name.
We have it on tape in your first appearance back in February of last year when you predicted that you would be the guy to bring the UFC back to Ireland. So, and you've always told us that you envision things, that you see things happening.
Yeah.
So how do you envision this road now that you're back, now that the knee is in the past? How do you envision, okay, Cole happens July 19th, and then what's the road to the title shot, and how long are you the champion of this division, in your opinion?
Personally, I'll be the champion by the end of the year. I am already the champion right now. I am the people's champion. I have the division hoping I fail. I have the UFC fans hoping I succeed. At the end of the day, McGregor versus Aldo sells more than McGregor versus Mendes. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. I am a bad stylistic match for Jose. I'm going to whoop Cole July 19th. I'm going to, preferably, I would like, when is this Aldo Mendes fight?
August 2nd. So right around the same time as your fight.
My mind frame was on July, stop Cole in devastating fashion. Put a stamp on the division. Call out that guy, whatever that guy's name is, Josie.
Right away.
I'm calling him out straight away. I want him as the guest fighter. Bring him as the guest fighter. Bring Jose Aldo as the guest fighter for UFC Dublin.
I don't think I make those decisions, but I think now that the UFC, I'm sure they are listening to this.
Bring him as the guest fighter for UFC Dublin. I'm going to stop Cole in devastating fashion. I'm going to stop him in the first exchange. And then I will call out Jose Aldo. McGregor, Aldo, sells much more than McGregor, Mendes. No one gives a shit about Mendes. No one cares about Mendes. Like I said, he's a midget Phil Baroni. He's a little bodybuilder, midget Phil Baroni. No one cares. He tires after the first round. His body type is not designed for this game. It's that black and white. I'm going to stop Cole July 19th. September, preferably, I'd love to fight Aldo. I don't know what way this August thing is going to go. But whatever. July 19th, stop Cole. August, September, maybe Cub Stevens. Stop one of those. And then the end of the year card, that big end of year card in Vegas. Stick me on that. Give me that gold.
I think you set it up. If you beat Cole, I think Dustin Poirier would make a lot of sense. You just said you wanted him out there in Ireland, and then I think a win over him would warrant a title shot.
Listen, Cub is the Dustin is the guy that I probably should be fighting, realistically. Cole has spoke about how I have blasted his teammates and how I should fight him before I earn a shot to fight these guys. So listen to his mind frame compared to my mind frame. His mind frame is on, I need to fight him before I want a shot at these guys. And he's talking about Nick Lentz and Dustin Poirier. You know, it's a different mind frame. McGregor, Poirier should have been on that UFC end-of-year card when Diego Brandao fought Poirier. I believe if that injury had not have happened, I would have been fighting Dustin Poirier on that end-of-year card, and then I would already be speaking to you right now with the gold wrapped around me.
I was expecting that. Let me ask you one last question, Conor, and then I'll let you go. And thank you so much for this. I appreciate the time very much. I know you're very busy and being pulled in 1,000 different directions. But when we last had you on the show...
I love it. Ariel, I love this. I am here for everything. I am here for the success. I am here for the gold. I am here for the fame. I am here for the money. Every part of this game I love. I love my job more than any of these guys. I love it. Every bit of it. Pull me left, pull me right. I love it. I relish in these opportunities.
So last time we had you on the show was December, and you were saying, you were getting a little, it felt like there was some aggression and it was pent up, and you said, I'm probably going to take a break from talking to the media. This is my last interview. I just need to go focus on getting to be 100% and whatnot. By the time you actually fight inside the octagon in July, it will be 11 months since your last fight. Can you just put us into how you will, like the emotions and everything that you've been through over the last year, and still sitting there and still, talking your talk and not backing down from everyone, but just being away for someone who loves his craft so much, who loves his job, as you say, who loves to be active. How will it all culminate on July 19th for you?
Ariel, it is going to go smoothly. Like I said, tune in July 19th, UFC Fight Pass, Setanta Sports, BT Sports. I'm hoping Fox need to jump on this. Fox want to jump on this. Fox want this card. Fox want this. There's no UFC Fight Night card that Fox have ever touched, but Fox want this card. I want this to broadcast on Fox. I want all these Americans to take a good look at the new king, at the guy that's not. I'm not here to make friends. I told you this on my very first interview. I wasn't here to make friends. I'm not here to make up the numbers. I'm here to take over. I'm here to own this game. Now that this injury has passed and I've been fully grappling and fully sparring, life is good again. That time when we spoke and I said I'm going to stay away from media, I'm going to stay away from this, it might have been maybe because I had not been able to train. I had other distractions. Now my life is good again, yeah? My movement for me is meditation. Now I can move. Now I can strike. Now I can feel the human body. Now I can feel movement again. You know what I mean? So I am a happy man right now. I am lapping this up. I am here to take over, Ariel. Main event, my hometown, Dublin, Ireland. This is my show. This UFC Fight Night, UFC Dublin is the Conor McGregor show. It's that simple. It's the Conor McGregor show. Cole is brought in to get his ass whooped. He knows it. I know it. You know it. Everybody knows it. I relish this. I love this game. I love my job. I'm grateful that Dana, Lorenzo, Sean, Joe, that these have given me this opportunity. You know, like I said, when I wanted to bring the UFC back to Dublin, Ireland, and I said I was going to drag them back by the scruff of the neck, did I think I was going to be main event? Honestly, I did not think I was going to be main event. Now that it's here, now I'm going to prove my worth. Now I'm going to prove to everybody what I've been saying. All these guys in this featherweight division have been joining teams. These guys have been joining teams, hoping I lose. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I want them all to join teams because it's me versus them.
Conor, it's great to have you back. Looking forward to this so much. Thank you for the time today, and good luck as you prepare for the fight on July 19th. Can't wait for it. It might just very well be the most anticipated fight of the summer. It certainly is in my mind. I've been waiting for this for a long time. So best of luck, and thanks again.
And that has nothing got to do with Cole. Tell me right now that has nothing got to do with Cole.
I like the dynamic between you two. I think it's a lot of fun.
Tell me right now that has nothing got to do with Cole. You know as well as I know it. It could be anyone. It's me you want to see. Tell me right now it's me you want to see.
I think it takes two to tango, but of course, we haven't seen you in a long time. You are the draw. That's why they're going to your hometown. It's something that I hope I can witness in person, to be honest.
Yeah. Fox need to cover this card.
They do.
The very first UFC fight night. Fox covered the very first UFC fight night. The fastest selling UFC event in history. Headlined by the king, the new king, the most feared in the division, the notorious. Ariel, I will see you there, my friend.
Thank you so much, Conor. All the best to you. Really appreciate it.
My man.
There he is, the one and only Conor McGregor. Thank you so much to him. July 19th, it goes down. And thank you so much to Cole Miller as well. Great stuff from the both of them. In the history of this show, I think it's pretty safe to say that the most popular guest ever has been Conor McGregor. I don't think there's any doubt to that. And it has been a while, and understandably so. The man has exploded. He has turned the world of MMA upside down. He is arguably the biggest star in the sport. He is the face of the featherweight division. He has a gigantic fight coming up in December. He is the face of the Ultimate Fighter right now. I mean, what he has done in the last 2+ years, nothing short of amazing. You know the story, you know the ride. But he has found some time out of his very, very, very busy schedule to return home. You can always come back home. And there he is, Conor McGregor, back home on the MMA Hour. How are you, my friend?
I am absolutely amazing, Ariel. Thank you for that great introduction. That is why you are at the top of your game. Because you can recognize greatness. You can recognize when a man is doing something different and pay him that respect. People who cannot pay that respect and understand what's happening and hold bitterness and hold grudges to it and hate on it, they'll never reach the pinnacle of what they're trying to do. And you recognize what's happening. As I recognize what's happening with you and what you are doing, your 300th episode, you're the top reporter in the game. It's no surprise that you are that way. So I am honored to be back here on your 300th episode. What a feat. Congratulations. And let's talk.
All right. Well, thank you so much again. Your first appearance eating those blueberries, I mean, that goes up there in our Hall of Fame. I don't know if anyone will ever be able to top that. So it's so great to have you back. I was worried for a second that you'd forgotten about us, but I know deep down you're still the same old guy. You're still the same old Conor.
Yes, I am.
As hungry as ever, right?
I have not changed, Ariel. There's a lot that has changed, but I have not changed. I'm still the same person. I'm still on the hunt. I'm still on the hunt for that number. You know, I watched that first episode back when I first came onto your show, and I'm no different. I still eat blueberries. You know what I mean? Keep them lean. After that show, I was getting... People were like photoshopping my face on the packets of blueberries, and I was thinking in my business mind, I was saying, shit, I should capitalize on this and start selling blueberries now. But no, it's been a crazy ride, and I feel every now and again I get this. I almost take a back step, or I go somewhere else and I come back reinvigorated. And this is just another one. I just keep getting reinvigorated to go again and keep pushing and breaking down barriers. And climb to heights that the game has never seen before.
You know, I'm happy that we're talking to you back in Dublin. You recently returned to Dublin right after the Go Big press conference, and it had been several months. I mean, you had been all around the world and back, and you finally came back with the belt. What was that moment like when you stepped on Irish soil and you were greeted by this amazing crowd at the airport?
It's. I mean, the support I'm getting is unbelievable. But I think, I think everyone back home, they understood the work ethic that I put in. They understand what I came through. I think it was clear for a lot of people the amount of hours and the amount of sacrifice and everything that I gone through, all the media, all the travel, all everything. So when I actually came home, I feel my people have recognized that, and they haven't been too invasive. They've given me, you know what I mean? Everyone is respecting, and it's just been a great vibe. And to walk back into my gym, Straight Blast Gym, I almost feel like I had to learn how to mix back in with society or something. It just felt weird to be around it and people going about their normal day. And but it's been amazing for me. The air back home. I can't, living in Las Vegas, the air is very, very dry. You don't see fluffy animals running around outside in Las Vegas. The only animals that survive out in that climate are reptiles and snakes and lizards, and that's the type of animals you see out there. And there's very good reason for that. It's because the air is you can't live in that air. So one of the things I noticed and I missed from being out there was the air back home in Ireland. It's fresh, it's clean. Now I have my home, and it's up in the countryside. It's true. You have to get through 2 gates to get to my house. It's sitting right on a golf course. I wake up every day. I have a cup of coffee. I walk out onto my balcony, and I just breathe in that fresh air and begin my day. So things are going absolutely amazing for me now, and I feel reinvigorated and ready to go and unify that belt. I find throughout camps, I have words that almost stick in my head throughout the whole camp. The last one I felt the word was capitalize. I wanted to capitalize on every opportunity that I could and that came my way. And this time I feel the word that's sticking in my head is unify. That's the word I'm going in here with, unify. And I'm going to unify that belt. I'm going to silence the critics. I'm going to put Jose away. And that's it now. Now we're going to see what people have to say, because I don't get into better shape anywhere else except home. When I train at home and with the buddies and the people I have back home and the coaches and everything back home, I enter the octagon like an animal. With that last one and with what I was faced with and the work ethic and the injuries and this and that, and I essentially went into that octagon on one leg. Now I feel I am home, and I feel coming through that adversity, I feel I have gained 3 new legs. I feel like I will enter this fight with 4 legs. So I'm in a great place mentally and physically. My body is right. I'm moving in sequence in both ways. I can spin both ways. I can land both ways. I'm going to destroy Jose, and I'm going to lay claim to that pound for pound #1 spot. They will understand soon. They might not. I know there's a lot of bitterness and there's all these bums that are hating me, and rightfully so. I mean, it is what it is. They continue to hate, but I will continue to show up and win. So that's it.
Can you finally explain to us the extent of your injuries going into that fight? We've heard things like that. You've talked about it a little bit here, but we don't know exactly what you were dealing with. Are you comfortable with talking about it now?
I mean, I was injured. I re-injured my leg.
It was bad?
I couldn't walk. I could not walk. I couldn't even. There was a period in the camp where I couldn't even stand up straight.
Wow.
You know what I mean? 2 weeks before the fight was when I was start throwing kicks again. So everyone that was around me in that camp that I brought in, the reason it all shaped up like that was because I went traveling the world tour, and I got injured on the world tour training with unfamiliar bodies in a competitive atmosphere. This game breaks you down enough. You must find comfort with your training partners, and it's about making it to the contest, keeping your body fresh and your mind sharp. It's the same thing that I tried to instill into those Ultimate Fighter contestants, because every single one of them were banged up also. They came from a fight to get into the house, so everyone had a banged up knee, a banged up elbow, a bust up face. The game breaks individuals, so there's no point in being in the gym and breaking yourself down. So that's what I learned through that whole experience. And when I injured myself on that world tour, I had to bring people that I was comfortable with and I had to lock my frame away. That's honestly what I felt like I did. I had to lock my frame away, and it was almost like I was in a prison cell at times. But I always said to myself, every damn day I woke up, I said, the true greats, they conquer adversity. The true greats can slice through adversity, no problem. And that's what I done there. I faced my adversity and I conquered it. Jose had his adversity and he ran from it. He might be able to come back and he might be able to peek his head back in the door, but he'll never be able to leave that. The fact that he ran when I didn't, and they knew about my injury and the same way I knew about his injury. And I told him, I said I would not target the body. I would have fought fair play. I would have attacked the chin. It was the chin I was going to hunt. And he still pulled out of it when they knew about my situation and I didn't pull, but they were looking to target that area. So, but it is what it is. I seen him at the Ultimate Fighter. I seen him at the press conference. I'm not trying to get in the guy's head. I'm not trying to mess with his head. I'm not messing when I say I'm trying to cuddle him and trying to baby him to this fight, because you put it on a man too much, they don't show up. And it's the same thing I realized I seen in the boxing game with Fury and Klitschko. Klitschko pulled out with a sore calf. When all this is going on, they don't realize until they're in it, until they're in the fire, and then they look for their exit. So I'm taking my foot off the pedal. I wish Jose well. I wish him a safe camp. I hope he trains smart, because they don't train smart over there. They get banged up and banged up and banged up. And their body breaks, and that's what you're seeing. That's what you're seeing with Henan. That's why Henan had that second fight against TJ and could not make adjustments, because his training and his preparation does not allow him to make adjustments, does not allow his movements to grow, and he cannot change his reactions, because it's repetition, it's routine, and routine and repetition is the answer. If the question is, how can I lock up the human frame? How can I restrict freedom of movement? How can I close my mind off to other forms of movement? So I just wish Jose well. I hope to see him on the night. Do I think he will show? I still don't. I still don't. I'm rarely wrong, but like always, I will be there. The numbers I bring, they will be there. So
who are you expecting?
That's all I
then?
can say about that.
Who are you expecting on December 14th?
I don't know. I'm not fully going to say he's not going to. I'm not fully going to say he's not going to show up, because I'm still hoping he does. Like I said, take the foot off the pedal. Try and school him how to do it. School him to the game, how to prepare for World Championship fights. There's a lot at stake. You can't be bringing in people that are coming to hurt you. He hurt his rib when he brought in an opponent to mimic my style through a lazy wide spinning back kick, and I caught him on the left rib. I saw the footage and everything. I know everything about that whole camp. I know everything about everyone and everything. So I just hope he trains smart this time, has learned his lesson, because you do learn from injury. You come back with a better understanding of preparation, and at least I did. So I hope he does, and he shows up, and we can put this to rest and allow me to unify that belt and give me that pound for pound #1 spot, which is mine, and I know it's mine, and deep down he knows it too. So that's it. That's all I'll say on that.
When you squared off with him at the press, it's amazing, because you guys have squared off now like 10, 15 times, but you never fought. I mean, you squared off against this guy an unbelievable amount of times, but you still have yet to fight him. What did you see this time? Was it different than the other times in the World Tour when you looked in his eyes?
I saw a man who was late for a flight. He was late for an airplane flight. You know what I mean? He had a flight to catch. So I didn't see nothing. You know what I mean? I see glass. Like I said before, I look into his eyes and I see glass. You can hide it with everything else, but the eyes, they don't lie, Ariel. I know I've said it a million times, but they truly, truly don't. When you look dead into someone's soul, you can look into someone's soul when you look into their eyes. And I just saw a man that's looking to get the fuck out of here as quick as possible. So I looked around the platform up there, everyone else that was up there, and I told them, stay ready for this. Like I said on episode 1 of our show, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Do you know what I mean? That's something I said. That's everywhere now. You see that everywhere. But it rings true. Stay ready for opportunities, because opportunities present themselves and you must grab them with both hands. So I hope everyone up there and everyone that's linked to my name and everyone that's praying for my name to be linked to theirs stays in shape, because who knows what will happen.
Was that a conscious decision on your part prior to that press conference? I've never seen anything like that, where a guy just pretty much goes up there and turns himself into a lone wolf and like an Uzi is just spraying everyone in sight. If a brawl would have broken out there, I think you would have been by yourself. I think you alienated every fighter up there. Did you do that on purpose? Was there a reason for that?
By myself, I would have whooped everyone's ass up there as well. Make no mistake about that. I don't know, Ariel. I'm just recognizing what I'm bringing to the game. It's me who has all these fights. But I essentially set the game on fire there at that press conference and flew home to sweet, sweet Dublin, Ireland with my gold belt and my multi-millions of dollars. And I'm waiting my next multi-9-figure contract, which is en route. So that's what I done. I just let everyone up there know. I let the bosses that weren't up there know what I bring, my worth. Even fights that have linked to my name are main event status. There's no other fighter in the game that has that. When fighters lose to a fighter to the fighter, not a draw, but when they lose to me, they're draws. They can go to different regions and headline and make 7-figure revenues on the gate, and that's what I'm doing. They're offspring numbers that nobody else would know or really pay attention to, but I pay attention to it. My name brings numbers. If you have an association with my name, whatever the result, you will be main event slots after that, because that's what my name brings. It puts you into a spotlight. It gives you that status. So I'm well aware of that. These are also cards that I should have my hand in the pie as well. You know what I mean? I should be getting compensated for these cards as well, I feel. So I just went out there and let that be known. Let it be known. Let the facts be known. I'm the only fight here, and it wasn't just because we were up on that stage. I said it backstage as well. I said the numbers rule. All the belts and all the other shit mean nothing. Everyone was handed a belt. Jose was handed his belt. The belts mean nothing. Numbers rule in this game, and I'm the ruler of the number. So I let that be known. And what's the middleweight guy, Luke? He was touching the belt, and it's about being number one. I was thinking, looking at that schmuck. I was like, listen, you fool. You were on this like romantic bachelor reality TV show. Don't be trying to talk to me about that shit. You're a bum. He's a bum like the rest of them are bums. And I just wanted to let that be known. It's my name that's bringing numbers. It's my name that's bringing this revenue. So be grateful. Recognize it. Recognizing somebody that's doing something great will allow you to go and do something great. Hating on it and being bitter on it, you're going to fall. Look what happened to... What's that other schmuck's name? Luke Barnett. Remember him?
Yes.
Do you remember him?
Yes.
Where's he at now? Where's he at now? Do you know what I'm saying? And that's no disrespect to him, because people can be wrong at times and people don't understand how to... I would not rub it in on people, but you just have to recognize, don't be bitter. Because you won't get better then. You know what I mean? You'll be stuck. You'll be left behind. So, but people will be people. And they'll allow it to eat away at them. They focus on other people instead of focusing on themselves, and they'll never reach that high height. I can only continue to repeat myself and try and educate them, but if they don't listen, then fuck them. You know what I mean? I'm still here. I'm still here at the top. I'm still here with the highest paid. Let's compare contracts. Because now the contract I'm talking, Ariel, is 9 figures. 9 figures I'm talking. Nobody in the game has talked 9 figures. That's 100 million plus. That's my contracts. So that's where I'm at. And I've done it the way I've done it. So
are you
either
confident?
learn from it or don't. That's on you.
Are you confident you will get that contract?
When you're bringing in 50 to 60 million revenue on a fight where the main event guy has pulled out 2 weeks before, you think anyone else can do that? This next one, we're estimating a gate of $10 million just for the gate alone. This is going to bring in $90 to $100 million, this card here. So you're damn right, I get it. I came at them with facts. I came at them with numbers. I didn't go round the bell. I looked them dead in the eye with straight facts. And that's all you can... When somebody comes at you with clear facts, clear numbers, there's only one thing you can do in that situation. Respect it. You've got to respect good business. If you don't respect good business, then that's on you. So I'm very confident that we will come to a deal, and it will be in the 9-figure mark. Rightfully so.
I said after that press conference, I was very surprised. Everyone kind of handled themselves pretty well, but I was surprised that of all people, Joseph Duffy didn't say anything, because he's the guy who could say, look, I fought you before and it was a long time ago, but I beat you. So, I got a fight in Dublin. Why don't you sit down? He didn't say a thing. Did that surprise you?
Not particularly. I felt, it's easy for people looking in, even fighters looking in, that they don't understand when it's all added on. I'm sure he's feeling that now, all that main events, all the obligations that come with it. It's not just showing up at the gym. It's not just that no more. There's a lot more to it. So I saw a man who choked up there, but it is what it is. That fight. How can he say that? How can he say anything about that fight when 1 year after that fight, he got beat and he quit the sport? So I laid out the facts about his career already. He faced it 1 year after me and him fought. He was beaten for the Cage Warriors lightweight title, and he quit the sport, retired, moved country, changed teams, and took up another sport. They're facts. Then he sees my success and sees the Irish success. Even though he's off somewhere else, he ain't in Ireland. He's never been in Ireland, never trained in Ireland once in his life. And then he sees all of this. Then he shaves a shamrock in his head. Then he calls himself Irish Joe and tries to come back and capitalise off of that and milk that. Now, I can't hate that, because make that revenue, make what you can for your family. I don't hate that man for that. But facts are facts, and that's the story of his career. So we'll see how his career plays out. I wish him well. I feel it's going to be an interesting contest. I think Dustin's in a good place. Dustin's in a good place mentally, I feel. He's came through that. He's experienced that. I feel Joe was new to it. But we'll see. I'm interested to see how it plays out. There's many fights brewing, and I have my eye on every one of them.
What's it going to be like for you on the 24th of October in the market that you built? When you were on this show for the first time, you said, I will drag them back to Dublin. Dublin was not on their radar. You brought them back there, and it was one of the most memorable nights in UFC history. On the 24th of October, you will not be on that card. He will be main eventing that slot, and he has been given this title, the last man to beat Conor McGregor. Does that piss you off that he's in that main event slot in the market that you built?
Not one bit, I would have liked him. I felt it should have been Paddy's show. I felt it should have been Paddy's main event, or maybe Gunny. But Gunny is going to be on my card in Vegas, so I felt that was the night for Paddy. But I feel Paddy, Aisling, and Cahill, it's going to be they're the true main events. Joe is not from Dublin. He was born in Ireland, but he's currently in Canada. He's from London, Wales. I don't know where the fuck he's from, but he ain't from here. He ain't never stepped foot in that arena. He ain't never trained around this area. So, but I don't mind. It's good business. You sell it as the last man to beat me, and you put him against a guy that I've beat, and it instantly has my name attached to it. So I cannot, like I said, there's only one thing you can do when you're faced with good business. You respect it, and that's what I done. I respect good business. Build up those opportunities. Maybe a rematch down the line with Dustin. Maybe a rematch down the line with Joe. I don't hold grudges on that. I did ask to be on the show. I don't care if it's 9,000. The reason I wasn't on the show is because the venue's too small now. You know what I mean? The venue's not too small for me. The venue's perfect for me. So I would have happily took that main event. I felt I've earned the right to be able to say when I want to fight and when I do not want to fight. And that was one time, like most times, I want to fight. You know what I mean? I would have liked him to be on that card. But it is what it is. I'll take my seat. I'll enjoy the atmosphere for Paddy's fight, the crazy Dublin atmosphere, supporting their own. For Cahill's fight, for Aisling's fight, supporting their own. And then I'll sit and watch the main event that I have built for them. So I look forward to it.
Have you been assured by the UFC brass that if you beat Jose Aldo in December, that your first title defense will be at Croke Park? Is that 100% fact at this point?
I haven't really spoke about what's next because we're still in the what's now.
Okay.
Phase right now, so we'll see. Croke Park will definitely happen. I have no doubt about it. We're in no hurry with it. I will continue winning. I will see what state the featherweight division is in after that weekend. I feel it will be up in flames at that stage. I feel it will be dead in the water, like I said it would be, like I said I would do. And then I feel I will head up to that 155-pound division and dice that up as well. So if Frankie comes through and win, maybe then I'll consider staying around. Or I don't know. We'll see what happens. Right now, like I said, the word that's on my mind is unify.
Is that the last guy left, though? Like, if Chad wins the night before, is it pretty much cemented that you move up to 155 at that point?
Not that I can't ever come back down.
Right.
Not that I ever can come back down. If something's brewing, I'll come back down.
But as far as your next fight,
problem. After the Aldo fight,
yeah,
I'd like the Crow Park fight to be my world title lightweight fight. That's what I'd like. I'd like to get crowned that second belt in Crow Park, but we'll see. See what happens.
We have a couple of minutes left. You good?
Yeah, walk away, brother. I'm good. I just finished my evening massage. I had a good training session today. I went down to the gym, done some jiu-jitsu, done some capoeira, done some flow sparring. Come home. I have my deep tissue guy here, rub me out.
It's good to be the king.
I have employees now. Oh, it's damn good. I have employees now, and my employees are making more money than the half them bums on the UFC roster. So, yeah, it's a damn good life for me, and I'm enjoying every minute of it.
I'm wondering.
So walk away, brother. Your 300th episode.
Yes.
Fucking hell, fair play to you. 300 long. That's long. That's double the amount. Oh no, well it's almost double the amount of UFC shows.
Yeah.
That's big. Fair play to you.
Well, there have been more than 200 UFC events because you have the fight nights and all that. But whatever, I'll take the compliment. Hey, I'm wondering about your experience on The Ultimate Fighter because Ronda Rousey famously said it messed with her. She didn't like it. I will say this. I want to get your take on it, but I will say this just off the top. I love the fact that you're not wearing the jersey, that you don't look like everyone else. You still show up in the suit and all that. Finally, someone has done this because, when I saw Brock Lesnar wearing that jersey on that show on the, I think, 13th or 14th season, it ruined it for me. The aura was gone. And I said, I don't want to see Conor McGregor wearing a green jersey. Thankfully, you have not done that. So what's it been?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The fights are on.
But did you enjoy? I know
we're all locked up in a shack.
Yeah.
Oh, well, in fairness, I wasn't in a shack. I was in a 7-bedroom, 12,000 square foot mansion. But still, I felt like the amount of time I spent in it, I felt like a damn shack after a while. But there's fights on. What else have we got to do? Stick on a nice short, nice tie, nice pair of pants. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed waking up, getting dressed, going to watch the fights. I didn't want to go backstage. I didn't want to be in people's faces. You know what I mean? The coach and staff that I brought over, my pad man, Roddy, my wrestling coach, Sergey, Tom as well, Arik, my jiu-jitsu coach. I brought Gunny over. I wanted to give them a platform. You know what I mean? But they haven't really played into that too much. They've just kind of played on the story of me not being there and then I am there and all this type of thing. But the coach and staff I brought over done a phenomenal job and done the job that they were supposed to do. I came in. I didn't baby nobody. I don't need to hold nobody's hand. I get in and show them what situations I feel will happen in each fight and let the chips fall where they may. Uriah played it like team and you've got to do this. You got to be on time. Push. They're all banged up. They're all grown men and they're all banged up bad. They're all locked away in a house. You just got to create an environment where they can come into the gym, free their body, sharpen their mind, and send them in. And keep watching. I know there's a lot of controversy about my coaching style versus his coaching style, but stay tuned and let's see how it plays out.
So, on the show, it seemed clear to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, you really didn't want to do this. Like 3 days after your fight, all the drama, it really felt like they had to drag you in there. And at first you had to almost convince yourself that this was something that you were going to be a part of. Were you kind of unhappy there for the first couple of days that you had agreed to this? 2
days before it started, I said, I'm out here. I'll see you later. I'm not doing this. I'm only finished. Like, fair enough if I had to be Aldo and then I had been Mendez or I had been a fight at the end of it or something. I don't know. But just it seemed pointless to me. And I didn't know about it until after the fight even who the coach was. I just kind of put it into the back of my mind. And then when I'm in the octagon after Chad is KO'd, Uriah comes up to me and says, I'll see you in a few days. And I was like, what the fuck? How am I going to see him in a few days? You know what I mean? Then all of a sudden it was him. So I messaged him 2 days before the show started. I said, there's no point in me doing this. Nobody cares about this unless there's a fight. Let's schedule a fight. There's the date, October 24th. The show wraps then. I'll whoop Uriah in Dublin, my hometown. The show that I built, give me that, and then I'll go and smoke Jose in December. But they played the safe bet and they didn't give it to me. So, but I understand that. So whatever,
I was just at that stage. I was drained. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to go home. I wanted to go home with my family. Enough was enough now. Let me just chill for a fucking minute. But then when I got there, I swear to God, when I got there, and I was watching the day we were watching them fight to get into the house, and Dana turns and was like, think of what he said to me. He said, think of what we're doing here. We're sitting here and watching these fights live, and just what, and I just stopped and thought to myself, this is brilliant. He's right. We're chilling here, watching these young kids trying to chase their dream, and you're watching the story from the start. Like before they walked out, I'm reading because on the cards they have like little bios of them, like they tell a little bit of their story. So you're reading their story in their background, and then you're watching them walk out and fight. It was actually a phenomenal experience, and it just took me that time. It just took me back. I said to myself, "What am I doing this for? Am I doing? You know what I mean? Do I want to do it or not? You know what I mean? If I was to go into that show with that kind of negative attitude and that vibe that I didn't want to be there, it wouldn't play right. It would only make more. It would only bring on more of those feelings. So I sat back and I was grateful for the opportunity that I had here, where I could come in and watch this and be a part of this. And I'd watched the show like many of us had watched the show years and years ago. So I was thinking in my head, why do I want to go? What? You know what I mean? This is just 6 weeks. Let's go and have fun here and have a new experience. This is an experience that I can look back on for the rest of my life. You know, and this is a once in a lifetime experience that very, very few people get to experience. So that was the approach I took after that very first day, and I grew with it. You know what I mean? So I felt that was the right approach, to have a positive outlook on it and to realize that this is what I'm in the game for these once-in-a-lifetime experiences. This game, I absolutely love this game more than I love anything, you know what I mean? So I had a lot of fun then with it, and it was great to be a part of it. It was great, you know, it was great to give the opportunity to my coaches as well. You know what I mean? There was a paid opportunity for them, get their faces out there, and then I had Artem in there, and then other people, and it was just a great experience overall. And keep watching the show, and because it turns even better.
Who is the true number one face of the Ultimate Fighting Championship? Is it Conor McGregor or Ronda Rousey right now?
We are.
Can I say something? By the way, before you answer, I feel like you choose your words wisely when you talk about Ronda. Am I onto something?
I have
a
lot of respect for Ronda. Rightfully so. She's as dominant as they come. I'm a big fan of Ronda. I always have been. I always big up her fights. I always celebrate. So I don't choose my words wisely, but I'm not going to disrespect anyone. You know what I mean? Not in the way. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you're not in the way, then you're good. Ronda is the queen, and I am the king.
Any lessons to be learned from the John Jones situation for you?
I don't know. I haven't really. He's back now. I'm happy to see him back. John's a great guy. I've met John many times. I messaged him a few weeks back, wishing him well in this time, and I hope to see him back. And I can't wait to see him back. You know, just to give him that bit of support. The same way I feel with that Nick Diaz situation, which is absolutely ridiculous. I can't wrap my head around that whole situation. I mean, 5 years is absolutely ridiculous. I wish him well as well. And I've always been a big fan of Nick and his style of fighting. And it would be a sad day if Nick doesn't lace up the gloves again and make that octagon walk. So I learn from everything. I learn from every situation, but I just keep myself grounded. I pick up my focus again. Sometimes I lose it, but I pick it back up. And when I pick it back up and I'm on, and I have that hunger, there's no one that can do this game better than me. There's nobody that can do what I do.
The biggest show in UFC history is on the horizon, UFC 200. It's coming up July of 2016. Do you feel like you must be a part of that card? And if you had your way, who would it be against? What's the perfect scenario?
When is it, July?
July 9th, 2016.
Is there a venue? Oh, it's in that new MGM.
The new
stadium,
MGM, yep. First UFC event there.
I feel Jose December, maybe Crow Park April, May, and then July UFC 200. Maybe a defense of the lightweight belt, or maybe a fight for the lightweight belt. Maybe
maybe fight for the lightweight belt then. I don't know. There are many great fights there. Many fights brewing. There are many big numbers to be had in the future, and I'm just going to continue making them and continue racking them up and enjoying the ride.
Couple last quick things. I'm wondering, your coach John Kavanagh told me this time around you're staying in Dublin for this camp. You enjoyed tremendous success leading up to 189 in Vegas. You're going to Vegas around 4 weeks before the fight. Why are you changing things this time?
Not. You know, I've spent time in Las Vegas in its most heaviest climate, at its hottest, like literally mid-July. It's unbearable. If there was no air conditioning, you know, you have a relationship with the air conditioning when you're in Las Vegas. You know what number you want it on at what particular time of the day. If there was no air conditioning, we'd all be dead. So I spent a crazy time in its craziest time. So now it's rolling into December. I feel Vegas is a second home for me. I'm comfortable in it. I feel 3 weeks, 2 weeks is plenty for me because I have acclimatized to that in the past. It will be nothing to me. And then at home when I roll to the gym, there's a million bodies down there every day. Now that I don't have to lock my frame, now that I'm free to train with anyone and move any way again, I'm enjoying my training here. I show up to the gym, I do whatever I feel, and there's many bodies to work with and to learn with and to grow with. So I always get in absolutely phenomenal shape back home. So I feel I will turn myself into an animal. And then 3 weeks before the fight, I will make my way to Las Vegas and begin bringing my weight down and preparing for that fight. And then I will go in and be in tip-top shape and run through Jose.
It was beautiful to see just how emotional you were after winning the interim title in July. I had a chance to talk to your father. He was on this show. That was tremendous. It was just great to see all your friends and training partners. Having the chance to talk to you in the locker room was a moment I'll never forget. It was just great to see you enjoy that moment. Was there a singular moment that stood out, though, a conversation you had with a family member or coach, something that happened that night or in the days afterwards where that you'll always remember when you're 80 years old and just sitting around, that you'll always remember, wow, it all came together for me that night?
I don't know, when I hugged my mother and when I saw my mother in the octagon, I hugged her there. You know, that was a special moment for me. And, you know, there's something that people from where I'm from, anyway, I don't know where other people are from, but where I'm from, when people make it and have success, there's one thing on their mind, and that's family. And that was what I had in my mind. When I came home from Las Vegas, I spoiled my family. I took every bill off of my family. You know, I paid for my mother's mortgage. I gave everyone brand new cars. I gave them, you know, on the climb, I always visualized giving to people that are around me, what it would feel like to roll up one day and say, hey, you don't got that mortgage on the house is gone now. I'm going to take, that's no problem now. Don't worry about that. They are things I used to dream of, and see what were their reactions. So when I came home, I invited them up to my home, and we sat down, we had dinner, and, you know what I mean, and we talked about all these type of things, and I took every bill off of their hands, every single bill. My whole family is retired young now, so that's the things that motivate me to push on, and that's why I do it. That's why I went through that struggle, and why I pushed and faced that adversity and conquered that adversity like true champions do, so I could come home and do that for my mother and my family, and look after the people that have been around from day one. Same with John. John's been around and helped me so much, and I'll never ever stop being grateful for John's help. So I came home as well and help John, and you know what I mean. I don't know. I just want to give to the people that have given me so much. So that's something I can be grateful for and keep pushing, and that's why I keep pushing. But if a moment would be when my mother came into the octagon, I hugged her, and that was a special moment for me.
Conor, final question. We'll end on this as we look towards December. And it's amazing to me. And again, by the way, thank you so much. I know how busy you are. This really means the world to me that you'd come on. It's amazing. Even today, Anthony Pettis said headlines, he still hasn't beaten anyone. And even at the press conference, they were saying that. And Chad Mendes and Poirier were sitting right over there, still hasn't beaten anyone. When will this talk end? Will it ever end? Will it end after Aldo, in your opinion? Do you just sit back and laugh? Max Holloway's doing what he's doing. Mendes has done what he's done. Poirier has done what he's done. Look at Brandao in his last fight. Marcus Brimage is still around. Why are they so reluctant to give you the credit that you deserve?
I don't care. You know what I mean? Like I said before, I am not in this game to get for credit. It's cash I am here for. At this level, I am after the numbers. So they'll never give me the credit I deserve, but I do not seek credit from them, from people I do not know. I seek cash from them, and that's it. Pettis can say I have never fought anyone, but he's never fought anyone. Who's he fought? You know what I mean? Who has he fought really? He's fought nobody as well, and his numbers are really, really low. He lost his last fight, so that's a crazy statement from Anthony. And I don't mind Anthony. He's okay. I like his style of fight, and I think it would be a good fight down the line. But he needs to check his mind frame, and he needs to look at the numbers and see who really is at the top of the game, and make his climb back, because as far as I'm concerned, he's back on the Fight Pass events right now, I believe, or you know what I mean. He's fighting. He's lower now, so. But there will always be something, Ariel. When Jose falls in one, they'll come up with something else. So, I don't know. I'll still be here, and I'll still be winning.
I say this to all the people who come up to me. A lot of your fans come up to me. Oh, has Conor changed? Is he different from when he was on your show the first time? It's amazing. It's the same exact guy, and that's the best compliment that I could give to someone. Again, thank you so much, Conor. You're all class, my friend. You're a top man. I really appreciate you coming on. Best of luck to you in training. Best of luck in the fight. I can't wait for it. One of the most anticipated fights of all time. But again, it means the world that you would come on the show today. I truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you.
No, thank you so much, Ariel. I'm grateful you'd have me on. We've had some fun on all these episodes. I think this is my fourth or fifth, maybe fourth.
Oh, fifth at least. You remember we had Steve Collins on. Remember that moment?
Maybe that's. Oh yeah, that was unbelievable. I tell you what, you know what I want to do one day when it's all wrapped up, like make a little, like continuous ones. You know, have them all back to back, and that'd be something that we could look back on. But I appreciate you having me on the show. Congratulations on your success, and I'll talk to you soon, I'm sure.
All right. Thank you so much, Conor. There he is, the one and only, the notorious one, Conor McGregor. Unbelievable as always. A pleasure as always. Riveting as always. What more can you say about the man? It was February of 2013? Was it 2013 or 2012? 2013? One of those. Time flies. Right before that Sweden show, he came on this program, and he called a lot of the things that have since come true, amazingly, while saying he didn't have a pot to piss in, while saying, there wasn't much going on for him at the time, I think he didn't have a car then, he was eating blueberries. It's an unbelievable appearance, and it really is true. It's the same guy, it really is. Don't be fooled by the suit, the watch, the shoes. Don't be fooled by any of that. The haircut, it's really the same guy.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G.